everybody, and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live here on a Saturday evening, September 20th, 2025. Welcome to the 50s and early 60s edition of the Vinyltreasure Show. We are live on Oldies and More Radio. Ouch. Also live, my knee. Also live on YouTube. And yes, Paul Greco, I am preoccupied today because I almost canceled today's show because I had, well, not that I'm going to go into it a lot. My mother said, don't talk about your problems today. It's not really a problem. And my father, of course, he had a couple of teeth pulled. And think of it as if you have a 4-year-old having his two teeth pulled and trying to get them to follow directions, of course, and that is a very difficult thing. And I am the only one. The reason why I was going to cancel is because I didn't want to leave my mother downstairs alone with him, really. Not that she couldn't deal with it, but it was just too much. And you can talk to Charlene. She heard some of the issues today because I was on the phone with Charlene. So I lost about 4.5 hours to prepare for today's show. And sometimes it's difficult because when I get requests for records that it's not so much that I don't want to play the record because I played it so much, not so long ago. It's that I can't find it, okay, because it's not filed back. So if there's a record, and there were some, I don't know where they are. They're in a multiple. You can talk to Bill. He was up here. He saw how I organized a lot of my 60s records, but not all of the 50s. I've been trying to, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going to hold back on the Thursday afternoon show because I just don't have enough time to do it. I know a lot of you who can watch the show on that afternoon love to listen to that show, and I will continue with it, but I can't do it every week. I tried to. I thought I could. I can't. And I can't. Charlene can only do so much, and I got Barbara helping me too, so it's difficult to do. A lot of you out there know how it is to prepare even for one show, but I prepare for 3 shows, and it's a lot to do. And if I had, and I can't start to work on my show until at least noon or 1. So because I have other responsibilities, and they're not getting easier, they're getting more difficult. And those of you that have an elderly parent or someone that you're taking care of, you know how that could be. I mean, at least at this point. But anyway, not that I want to harp on it anymore, but I'm just letting you know in advance there will not be a show this coming Thursday. Maybe, and I still will be having guests here. Those will continue. Actually, I welcome those, to be honest with you, because that gives me time to prepare. And I want to do a 78 show. I want to continue with the Relic show. And I know many of you like these afternoon shows, but I just don't have the time. And it puts a lot of pressure on Johnny G. Today was not good because I was scrambling to get a lot of the requests located. And I couldn't, but I think I have some replacements that I think are good enough. And then I also had to make some last-minute decisions like I can't play this, and I will go into that. But anyway, other than that, Johnny G is here, unpreoccupied. But anyway, do you like that instrumental we opened up with? That is a request for listener Graylin, a.k.a. G-Dog, in our YouTube chat room. And that's always best. Graylin, thank you for how you send me your requests, multiple requests. And he identifies the shows, too, by the way. And he sends it to me on Excel. And so I can put it in my Excel spreadsheet to do it. That's what makes it easier to do. I'm not asking everybody to do that. It's just that it helps Johnny G quite a bit. But that was a cool instrumental. That was saxophonist Choker Campbell and his big band. Is that what it says? It doesn't say big band. It says and his band. And he's originally from Shelby, Mississippi. And he is noted more for his work. Well, actually, that was from a 1960s song, Charlene, I bet. But first recording for Atlantic Records. This was his second release, I guess, on the Apt record label. And this is from August of 1958. Choker Campbell It's Choker Campbell and Band. Choker Campbell and Band on the Apt record label. It's called Walk a While. Johnny G needs to walk a while. Not that I didn't do that. But anyway, we got all requests for tonight. I picked the opener. To open up the show tonight because I couldn't get to some requests. And I have a collector's item in the 1953. Yeah, the 1953. I picked one for a collector item. Maybe some of you need this record. And the big block of songs is from 1956. Very few records in the 1960s. I think I don't have anything in 1960 or 61, and one in 62, and two in 64, and that's it. And but most of it is loaded up front. anyway, so sit back for the next 3.5 hours because it's probably as long as the show's going to be. But again, I apologize for being late, but we are here live on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. Again, if you are new to this program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And let's start her off with the vocal portion. This was one of my picks, and I always loved this record. And I do love Kitty Leeds, I do. But this is on the Acme label. Okay, this group out of Hempstead, Long Island. So those of you from the Long Island area should know this song for sure. The singer was just 12 years old when he recorded this, and the uncredited tempo tones are backing him up. We're going to open up from January of 1957. Richard Lanham, 12-year-old Richard Lanham, and the uncredited tempo tones on the Acme label. It's called On Your Radio. No, On Your Radio is what it's supposed to be. Here you go, Richard Lanham. There you go. We open up the vocal portion there with the Richard Lanham. Whoops. Richard Lanham and the tempo tones from January 1957. That's on the Acme record label. On Your Radio is the name of the tune. The first time I heard that was on the Gus Gossard show. He played that, and I think Who was Reed, maybe you know, or some of the collectors in the chat room. Who was the guy that had Nutmeg Oldies in Connecticut? I don't know if I saw if Mike Sape was in the chat room there. Dressler, was that his last name, if I'm not mistaken? But I bought my first copy. It wasn't in the greatest condition, but it was one of the auctions in Discovery Magazine or Gold Mine, I think Gold, whatever was the first magazine that I got. So it was, I heard it on Gus Gossard, I wrote it down, and then Greg ended up finding a copy. Goes, you need a copy of this. This is pretty clean if you want. It was cheap. It wasn't that expensive. But I think I paid like $4 for the VG copy. And for you collectors out there, the true first press of that has radio spelled wrong. It's spelled RAIDO. That's not how you spell radio, but I'll show you that. I'll show you that picture in 1 second. Johnny G here on a Saturday, and we count down the music chronologically here. So I got back to like a quick. I needed an upbeat there as we start off here, because a lot of the early sides I'll feature tonight, they're ballads. So if you are ballad lovers, but there's some up tempo sprinkled in. I try to mix and match the songs to kind of keep the show flowing. But let us. Fill a request for listener Chris Reed. This is the debut single for this group from Harlem, New York, as we go to Bobby and Danny Robinson's Red Robin record label. Actually, got a twin spin on the Red Robin label. This is the group's first of two for Red Robin Records. It features J.C. Ginyard. J.C. Ginyard on lead from September 1952. By request for Chris Reed, the Dewdroppers on Red Robin. It's called Chain Me Baby, parentheses, Blues of Desire for Chris Reed. Here you go.
Just leave me there all alone. You just chain me, baby, where the midnight nameless play. Chain me, baby, where the midnight. Just lead me to face away. It's like a burning by blue of desire. It is burning, yes, baby, for you. Well, I'll let you dance that the thrill of your kiss will be the last thing I do. Yes, you just chain me, baby, to some swampland, roll and breathe. Oh, you just chain me, baby, to some swampland. Love me, baby, and just treat me any old way you please.
You knew sooner or later I was going to get caught. Yes, I was. But anyway, there you go. But let me put on the other record there as we continue here. Apologize for that. I was trying to check out the thank you, Amy, for that as we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. There you go. That one there going out to Chris Reed. Great sound, early sound of the Dewdroppers. September 1952 release. That's what? That's a Red Robin number 106, I think. Yeah, no, 108. You know, my 6s and 8s get me. I'm telling you, I wake up. I think I told you. I woke up. I fell asleep on the couch last Saturday night. I woke up. I couldn't see the ticker tape on the bottom of that big screen TV. So I said, this isn't right. And sometimes it's just weird. Other times I'm okay, but I think that's the cataracts. But anyway, there you go. Dewdroppers from September 52, Chain Me Baby, parentheses, Blues of Desire. Let us continue here. And we got a twin spin. We'll be moving to 1953 now. This is a request for listener Karen Efron in our YouTube chat room. She will be here in the Johnny G studios on November 13th. So looking forward to have Karen here in the Johnny G studios. And she requested this group on Red Robin Records. They hail from Detroit, Michigan. They were the Serenators. I think prior to this release, they were on the JVB record label. They also recorded as the Musketeers on the Roxy label. I think I have that on a 78. I think I have something on Roxy. And also on Swing Time. And they also had some on the Coral, I think, in 52, which I think I have on a 78. And then they signed with Bobby Robinson's Red Robin record label. This one features Theron Hill. Did I say his name right? Theron Hill on lead from May of 1953. This is going out to Karen Efron in our YouTube chat room, the Serenators, and their tune called Will She Know for Karen. Here you go, Karen.
Will she know? Will she know? Will she know? Will she ever find out? Will she know that I love her so? Will she know? Hell, I tell her so. Can we feel the candle way high in the air? Can we be afraid? Will she know? Will she know? Will she know? Will she know?
There you go. Great. Ouch. Great sound. Great sound there of the Serenators. That one there going out to Karen Efron in our YouTube chat room. The Serenators from May 53 on the Red Robin record label. Will She Know? That was a 45. Greg Zurich told me that many, many years ago, sometime in the mid-1980s. And they would also have another one on Deluxe. I think he sold me that one also on Deluxe. And also they recorded as the Royals on the Venus record label, and also as on the Dawn label as the Scooters. And of course, this group would eventually evolve into the Royal Jokers. Lots of great tunes by that group. The Serenators for Karen Efron. Will She Know? Well, one thing I know, any disruptors in my chat rooms will be blocked. So we want Johnny G strives on having a friendly chat room here. And we are here for the music, not for anything else. Okay, that is our focus here with this, because I need to get away from... I have enough trauma in my life. I don't need to have it here on the show when I do the show. So, Amy, thank you for that. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, and I shouldn't have to say this on the show to waste the airwaves, so I'm just warning the people that are disruptors for that. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Fill a request for listener Daniel Kubacki. Actually, this was the flip side from last week, as Gordy Freeman requested this great group out of Baltimore, Maryland last week on Atlantic Records. We played their fifth release for the Atlantic label, a song called You Are My Only Love. And Daniel Kubacki requested the flip side of the 45. I think Ernie Warren is on this one too, but it's up-tempo. And it just sounds different when he does the up-tempo sides. And this is with Sam the Man Taylor. He's the sax player on this from May of 1953. Let's give a listen to the Cardinals. The Cardinals on the Atlantic label for Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. It's called Lovey Darling. This is for Daniel. Here you go.
My poor heart is gone.
you go. That one there by request for Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. That is the, Johnny G here. And, okay. And listen, call the lawyers on that one there. Sounded like a Lloyd Price tune, right? But I think they were kind of like emulating Lloyd Price. I don't know, maybe. But a lot of songs were similar. They would do it. That's what happened in the 1950s. And as long as you didn't have a monster hit, I don't really think they would really do anything. But if you ended up having a big hit, then they would come after you. I'm pretty sure that would be how it went. But there you go. That one there going out to Daniel Kubacki, the Cardinals from May 53. It's on the Yellow and Black Atlantic label. And who asked that? Was it Troy? Troy, Atlantic switched over to the red and black label, I think with the Devil or Angel, I think was the cusp of that, or was it the, that was the cusp, I think, or I don't think it was the Ray Charles record. I just think that What I Say came out on a yellow and black because that was like an oddity. But I think with the Devil or Angel by the Clovers, I think the label switched from the red and black from the yellow and black to the red and black, so you can get that record both ways. Anyway, I mean, and there's probably a few others that kind of, it's I forget that book. I think I showed it to you, you people before. It's actually a pretty cool book if this is it. Let me see. Yeah. Whoever did this book, I think I showed it to you before. This is a cool book, okay, because it identified early bootlegs, and it says, and I think also Goldmine, not Goldmine, Rockin' Records also did it for a while, and the Kreider book also did it. It would tell you like when, like he's got here, it says, like, for Jubilee Records, Jubilee number 5000 to 5092 is a blue label without the line under the Jubilee, is how they're calling it. And then it says from 5093 to 5340, okay, you get the blue label with the line under Jubilee. And then at 5338 was the black label. So it's, and then it tells you reproductions, okay? It says reproductions, and it lists them here, 5001, 5002, the Orioles, Dare to Dream. So it says, and that says, he goes original unknown on 45 RPM, 5002, It Seems So Long Ago, original unknown, which is kind of like saying it's only on a 78, but they're calling it a reproduction, which probably it would be. I don't know if Ratio put them out on 45. I don't know if he did. But it's got a whole bunch of Orioles here. What is the first non-Orioles? It's the Sultans, okay? Somebody asked me for the Sultans. Yeah, Lemon Squeeze and Daddy. I don't think that's on a 45. Okay? Then everything is Orioles, Marylanders, okay? And that's on a 45, okay? Then the other Marylanders, Make Me Thrill Again. And, of course, the Five Sharps, okay, it's got it here. And that's it. Everything else is the Orioles. And it's pretty cool. So it's got the G label. It says G number, and you know that's George Goldner's label, right? G number 1 through 12 is the yellow and green label, which I know many of you collectors know. And 1000 through 1052 is the red and black label. But then it says 1000 through 1021 and 1026 to 1029 had 45 RPM on both sides of the label. Okay, and then 1022 through to 1025 and 1039 through 1052 had trademark on the left and Reg US Pat off on the right. So they tell you these things here. Okay, and note, number 1039 came both ways. Now, this can't, I mean, it might not be absolute, but it tells you all the, and there's only at the time, now, I don't know, remember, this book is old, okay? It's the Record Collector's Fact Book, Volume 1 by Chuck Brigerman, Brigerman. So the only things that were booted here were the Coins, okay? I have 2 records by the Coins, the Colonials, which I don't have. I don't have that Coins either. The Valtones, which I have. The Eminons, I have a real one. The Quintones, I have a real one. The Jets, I don't. And the Carol Blades, which I have a real one. But anyway, for a collector and a young collector like myself at the time when I bought this, it was a good book. Johnny G babbling on here, but we educate you young collectors here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Let us continue here now with a red vinyl 45, and this is a request for Steve B. SNB in our chat room here. And you know this great group out of Gary, Indiana. So many great 45s released on Vivian Carter's VJ record label. This is the group's 3rd release for the VJ label. And I guess was their biggest R&B hit. Okay, number 5 on the Billboard R&B chart. And it features James Pookie Hudson on lead. I'm featuring my red vinyl copy, which looks pretty cool, I have to say. From December 1953, going out to Steve B. in our YouTube chat room, the great sound of the Spaniels. And their tune called, although it's early for this, well, I don't know. What time is it? It might not be early for some of you. It's called Good Night, Sweetheart, Good Night for Steve B. Here you go.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. I hate to leave you, I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Baby, I just can't get right. Well, I hate to leave you, baby. Don't mean maybe, because I love you so. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Your mother, oh, and your father like it if I stay here too long. One kiss in the dark and I'll be going. You know I hate to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Yeah, I'm sure some of you recognize that tune. I'm sure you have. If you listen to, probably general oldies stations would play. Yeah, they would play that. I'm pretty sure they would. They used to do it all the time on CBS FM would play that record quite a bit. But that's a great tune. It's a great group, the Spaniels. Pookie Hudson on lead, the Spaniels. That's their 3rd release on Vivian Carter's VJ record label, December 53 release, Good Night, Sweetheart, Good Night, on the red, and I suppose the early red vinyls were technically DJ copies, okay, because you won't find that at least from the early 1950s, when you see them on red vinyl, they were technically DJ copies. That's what I was told. So, and then because you won't find that on a white promo on the VJ label. But anyway, it's a great tune, and that's going out to Steve B in our YouTube chat room. Now, let us continue here. You know, Johnny G picked a record for tonight. I don't know. Maybe everybody, maybe a lot of people have this. I don't know how common is this record? I don't think it's that common. I was at a show in Edison, New Jersey that used to have a great show. They would be able to drive their cars into that venue, and they would set up. It was a pretty big arena too in Edison, New Jersey. So all the dealers that I would be used to seeing would be there. And so I forget who I was looking at. So Joe Ronco comes walking, and he was really a quiet guy, Joe. And once in a while, he would pull me to the side and he'd say, "Johnny," and I don't know if he was doing this secretly or what. He didn't want anybody else to know he had the record, or maybe Greg or somebody said, "Go to Johnny, he'll buy that record." Or he said, "Who's going to pay me for this record?" So he comes over to me and he shows me this, and I think the other one I bought at the time was the who does the Bells of Rosarita? The Admirations, but it was their other one, their hard record. So he says to me, "Do you need this record?" I says, "I don't have it." I says, "What do you want for it?" I think he wanted $1,000 for this record. I think or something in that area. So and again, he got me early in the show, so I said, "All right, I'll buy it." But anyway, so that's how I got the record. But it's really hard to find. I think you can find it on a 78. But this is my selection for the evening. I will call it a Collector's Corner tune. This great group from Harlem, New York, initially recording for Eddie Heller's Rainbow label. Then they signed with High Weiss, Old Town Records, for 2 releases. This was their first. Their second only comes out on a 78. I have it on the yellow 78 label. I think it's blue first, if I'm not mistaken. But this features Wilbur Paul on lead from August 1953. Do you like the 5 Crowns? The 5 Crowns on Old Town Records. It's called You Could Be My Love. This is Johnny G's pick for this evening. Let me know if you like it. The 5 Crowns from August 53. Here you go.
my dream. All life would be on my little scheme. You could be my love, my love, my love. You walk right in, walk right out. You let me stand all alone. You held me closely, and you could be my love. I would only see you in my heart. If you would only be in my dream, you could be my
Hey, whoops, too loud there. And unfortunately, some of the sometimes these red vinyls don't play so good. And it sounds worse with a 78 needle, I have to say. If you really, really want a great sounding copy of that record, you want it on the 78. Because it plays phenomenal. And there are a number of instances where the 78 sounds so much better, like that Gay Tunes on Timely. That the 78 sounds phenomenal on that. But anyway, that's a rare record, I have to say. Rare 45, the Five Crowns. August 1953, that's their first of two on High Weiss's Old Town record label. You Could Be My Love is the name of the tune. And their other one was called Lullaby of the Bells, was their other release, but which I have on a 78 too, by the way. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you are new to this program and you want to get a request to your DJ here, we are on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. And email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. It could be for anything else too. I received so many. I didn't answer them all. I didn't have a chance this week, but from the UK, I get lots of emails from the UK because they listen to the Soul Show on Wednesday night. And, of course, many of you also talk about your experiences with the music, and you ask me about certain records and whatnot. So I always like to interact, and also on Facebook, too. So a lot of people, so really very nice people that have been coming to the show, and notice that this isn't your normal show, so get that through your head. This isn't like the normal show that you'll hear, that you did hear in the past on a lot of the oldie shows. This is a different show. This is a show with Johnny G personality. But anyway, let us continue here. Now, here is my first casualty of today because I couldn't find certain requests. I'm talking to James Stone in our YouTube chat room. So lots of the requests that James, not all of them, because some are easy for Johnny G to find, but some are on the are like kind of like a great vocal group with white vocal groups, but more on a kind of a popish side. So, and some of those were not. I put them down in the basement, and I have to look for the record. So I have them. When I say that I have the record, they're checked off. But it's hard for me to find some of these. So when you give me, when anyone gives me like a major label, like RCA or Epic or whatever, I mean, sometimes I stumble across it because I was separating the records at the time. But if I saw the Wailers on Columbia, I think that's the group. Yeah. So if I saw the Wailers in the Columbia box, I would take that out. If I saw Chris Powell and the Blue Flames, I would take that out. But if I saw Frank Sinatra in there, I would not take it out. Sarah Vaughan, I might take out. But what's her name? Rosemary Clooney, I wouldn't take out. And again, what kind of ticked me off on mistakes that I made were that I had Johnny Ray and the Four Lads in there, which I should have taken out, and I did not. So I'd go back and look. So I've been trying to do that. And even for the 70s show, even for the 60s show, because I'm getting early 70s. And then I found out that I messed up because I got 1969 releases in there. So I find them. I did buy some records. I said, because I had a chance to buy a record really cheap. And I started looking at the other stuff on there. And I said, well, wait a minute here. Charging me $5 for postage and everything else is $1. So I ended up buying 10 records, and they were all requests for the Wednesday show, and they were reasonably priced. So I do dabble a little bit, but I hate paying the sales tax. Johnny G hates it with a passion. But let us continue here. But here I'm talking about. James Stone asked me for the Esquire Boys. So. Actually, I was looking for another record. It was a Betty Johnson record on Bally because I had it checked off. And I wanted to play it because it was a record that Alan Freed played. So I said, well, we're going to play this record. So, of course, I have nothing filed in my group boxes by Betty Johnson. So I started looking last night late in the Jays, and I found every other Bally release except that one. So it's got to be downstairs in the somewhere in the no humidity basement. So I'm scrambling with Charlene when I got home. Charlene, what else can I look for? So she says, well, you have the Esquire Boys. It's on the data file. But I said, well, which one did he pick? And he picked the first release on the Rainbow label, which I didn't have. So from process of elimination, James, I ended up playing the second release because it's a different cut. It's different because this first came out in 1952 on the Rainbow record label, and then they would re-record it when they would record it, and this is on the Gaiden label, so they redid it again in September of 1954. And what else? We got some information. The group originally formed in Chester, Pennsylvania by Danny Cedrone, and he would later become the lead guitarist for Bill Haley and the Comets. Okay. And but prior to that, he was a member of the Esquire Boys. Now, the song is written by Bill Haley, and he first recorded it in 52. Oh, so Charlene, because this was recorded by Bill Haley and the Comets, but is this the first release for it? I don't know. She's got here that the song was written by Bill Haley and first recorded in 52 and released on Rainbow by this group. But then in 1954, they re-recorded it and released it on Gaiden. So my question is, when did the Bill Haley and the Comet release come out? Was that later or was that before this? That is my question, okay? But anyway, this features Danny Cedrone on guitar and Bob Scarltrito on rhythm guitar and Frank Virtuoso on bass. This charted number 42 on Cashbox, this version, the Gaiden version, 42 on Cashbox, 2 on WDAS in Philadelphia. And this is from September 54. So this is the closest I can get, James Stone, the Esquire Boys on the Gaiden label, and their rendition of the tune Rock a Beat and Boogie. Here you go. Sorry.
Take a rock, you take a beat, you take a boogie, you make it sweet. You do the rock a beat and boogie, see. Oh, the rock a beat and boogie, B-O-G-I-E. Dancing to the rhythm of a rock a beat and boogie, rocking to the rhythm of a rock a beat and boogie, shaking to the rhythm of a rock a beat and boogie, shuffle to the rhythm of a rock a beat and boogie, shimmy to the rhythm of a rock a beat and boogie, B-O-G-I-E. jump, you gotta jive. Rock-a-bing boogie, rock-a-bing boogie, see. Oh, the rock-a-bing boogie, B-O-G-I-E. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba, 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 dancing, rocking, shaking, shuffling. You gotta shimmy to the rhythm of the rock-a-bing boogie, B-O-G-I-E.
Okay, there you go. That one there. We'll send that one out to James Stone in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Esquire Boys. The Esquire Boys from September 1954 on the Guidon record label. Rock Beat and Boogie is the name of the tune. That tune, thank you, Big Dave, for clarifying. The song written by, so I would have kind of explained it, that it was written by Bill Haley and he would subsequently record it in 1955, but it was first recorded by the Esquire Boys and first on the Rainbow label. Then they would re-record it for the Guidon label. So there you go, the Esquire Boys with the second issue of Rock-a-Beat and Boogie. And Charlene has here, it was unfortunate that Danny Cedrone would never experience the success of Rock Around the Clock because he fell down a flight of stairs, ended up breaking his neck and dying from that fall. So there you go, a sad ending for that person. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, we are in the 1954 block. Let's fill a request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room as we go to Philadelphia now, or we stay in Philadelphia. No, we stay in Pennsylvania and go to Philadelphia. Okay, this group had 3 releases on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy record label. This is the B-side to their first. I think the other side of this is called Darlene, I think. Still written by the bass of the group, Stefan Priesbury, but it features George Tinley on lead from April 1954. This is going out to a Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. They're called The Dreams. The Dreams on Savoy. It's called A Letter to My Girl. The Dreams. Here you go, Gordy.
I'm writing to my girl, the sweetest little girl in the world. I know that she'll be blue, still she'll be true to me. When I was in the world, I had no other girl, but now I'm blue because I can't have you. I can't have you. So writing to my girl, the sweetest little girl in the world. In the world. I know that she'll be blue, but still she'll be true to me. Close now is a tear to find a little space in your heart. lost is a tale to find a space in your
There you go. Great sound there. Great sound of the Dreams there by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room there. The Dreams on Savoy Records out of Newark, New Jersey. Their group is, though, out of Philadelphia. A Letter to My Girl, and that is George Tinley on lead. And this Dreams group would record under, of course, they would later record under the name of Kenny Esquire and the Starlights on the Ember record label. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. I wanted to ask Big Dave Swinger a question here because I have a request for a listener, Tommy Albergo, okay, as he likes this tune by Ray Charles, a song called It Should Have Been Me. But I found 2 copies of this record. Of course, my Yellow Atlantic is not in the greatest shape, okay, but I just played a few seconds of the Yellow Atlantic, and it sounds, the record was re-released or redone for whatever reason in July of 1961 with a different matrix number. So I'm asking Big Dave, who I think knows about this record, if they are the same cut or they added instrumentation, or maybe you want me to play both of them to see. But so I'm trying to decide now. But it originally came out in February of 1954 on the Yellow and Black Atlantic label, Ray Charles with It Should Have Been Me. And then it was re-released again in July of 61 on the Red and Black Atlantic. 61 is a different take. So, okay. So what we'll do is we'll do both. So there we go. So he answered my question. I just wish it was a little sooner than that. But let us put this on. It is a request for Tommy Albergo, and I'm going to ask Tommy Albergo, who's tuned into the program. Tommy, do you have it? Do you have both releases? That means the early one. Which is Atlantic 1021, or do you have that was from 1954, or do you have the 1961 press, which is Atlantic number 2106? But we'll leave it at that. So I'm going to play them back to back, and the Big Dave says that they are different take. But please keep in mind the sound quality is much different because this copy has lots of jukebox with jukeware, okay, from a jukebox here, and I put the Dawn dishwashing and the medium toothbrush to it. But anyway, let's play it here. By request for Tommy Albergo, Ray Charles from February 1954, first on the Atlantic label. The song is called It Should Have Been Me. This is for Tommy Albergo, the first version from 54. Here you go.
As I passed by a real fine hotel, a chick walked out. She sure looked swell. I gave the eye and started to carry on. When a Cadillac cruised up and swished, she was gone. It should have been me.
With that real fine chick.
It should have been me.
With that real fine chick.
Hey, 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 hey.
Driving that Cadillac.
A little later on, a theater I passed, I spotted another chick, and did she have class? I was all set to write her name in my book when her husband came up and gave me a real dirty look. It should have been me.
With that real fine chick.
It should have been me.
With that real fine chick.
It should have been me. To have been her chaperone. When I I got to the corner, I saw a sharp cat with a $300 suit on and a $100 hat. He was standing on the sidewalk by a diner floor when a voice within said, "Come on, Daddy, let's go." It should have been me
With that real fine chick,
It should have been me.
with that real fine chick,
Hey, 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 driving that down the floor. I ate a bowl of chili and I felt okay, at least until I passed this fine cafe. I saw a guy eating a great big steak while a waitress stood by feeding him ice cream and cake. It should have been me.
with that real fine chick,
It should have been me.
with that real
You
fine
know it should have been me. Eating ice cream and cake. It should have been me.
chick, getting my natural kick,
It should have been me.
getting my natural kicks,
Hey, 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 hey,
loving those
crazy chicks. As I passed by a real fine hotel, a chick walked out. She sure looks well. I gave the eye and started to carry on. When a Cadillac cruised up and swish, she was gone. It should have been me.
with that real fine chick,
It should have been me.
with that real fine chick,
It should have been me. Driving that Cadillac. A little later on, a theater I passed, I spotted another chick, and did she have class? I was all set to write her name in my book when her husband walked up and gave me a real dirty look. It should have been me.
with that real fine chick,
It should have been me.
with that real fine chick,
It should have been me.
you've been her
Chaperone. I walked to the corner and saw a real sharp cat with a $300 suit on and a $100 hat. He was standing on the sidewalk by a diner floor when a voice within said, "Come on, Daddy, let's go." It should have been me.
with that real fine chick,
It should have been me.
with that real fine chick,
It should have been me. Driving that down the floor. I ate a bowl of chili and I felt okay, at least until I passed this fine cafe. I saw a guy eating a great big steak while a waitress stood by feeding him ice cream and cake. It should have been me.
with that real fine chick,
It should have been me.
with that real fine chick,
It should have been me. Eating ice cream and cake. It should have been me.
getting my natural kicks,
It should have been me.
getting my natural kicks,
It should have been me. Loving those crazy chicks.
There you go. That one there by request for Tommy Albergo in our YouTube chat room. You got two, I guess we'll say, different masters of that tune by Ray Charles. The first one originally released in February of 1954, and then again they would re-release it, but a different cut. They're different lyrics there from July of 1961, but still a great tune there. Ray Charles on the Atlantic label, It Should Have Been Me. And Tommy Albergo, you have it on a 78 on the red label, yes, because the 78, all the 78s, I don't think I've ever seen a yellow Atlantic 78, but the 45s were on yellow. Lots of record companies would change their 78 label styles. and which was actually pretty cool. That's why I used to get mesmerized by the 78 photographs. Was it Les Doc's book? Because when I used to, I used to go shopping with my parents when I was much younger, okay, and there was a Master's department store next door. So I would go to I was like collecting silver dimes and quarters at the time, because my Aunt Mary was a cashier down at General Motors when they had the plant here in Westchester County. So she would bring me silver quarters and 50-cent pieces whenever she would exchange it, because everybody was giving her cash at the time. And I started a collection. And then my uncle let me look through his silver quarters, which I thought was pretty cool. And he said, well, here, Johnny, I got a whole, they used to save they used to put their change in this giant bottle. So I went over one Sunday and he emptied it out, and we were putting them in years, and I filled almost a whole book of these Washington quarters. I think he had also the Roosevelt dimes, and I think the Mercury head dimes. And I started dabbling in that, but I was doing records also at the time. So listen, my father yelled at me. He said, you know what? You picked the wrong thing to collect. You should have continued with the money, because then you could have ended up moving on to gold. I was like, yeah, gold? Are you kidding me? I'm going to go buy gold pieces now? No, I'm not. But anyway, I digress. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure show. We are we move into 55? We're into, one more in 1954. And this is a request for listener Stephen Kahn in our YouTube chat room. I have to tell you a story about Steve. Steve has written some excellent articles. Steve, you're going to have to say, if you are in the chat room, he wrote a number of articles. One of the groups was was it Phoenix, Arizona, Stephen, that you did an in-depth article with one of the groups? Was it the Mandels, I think, possibly, at the time? And I think because he had a whole bunch of information on that. I think it was the Mandels on Smart, I think. I might be wrong. But anyway, the interesting thing with Steve was, so my brother Bobby and his family live in Rockville Center. And I didn't know that Steve was a teacher. So I received. I think my niece contacted me. My brother's youngest daughter. I have a brother Bobby who's 10 years younger than me, and she goes to school in Long Island. She's going to be going to Hofstra now. She's switching from Oklahoma to Hofstra because she's homesick. So she's going to go to Hofstra now. So anyway, so she says to me, Johnny, Uncle Johnny, I saw somebody in my class that knows you. And I was like, what? So simultaneously, I get a text from Steve and says, Johnny, I was in the class, and I guess he was taking a roll call or whatever, and saw that her name was Adriana Galindo. So I think he asked her, he said, do you have an uncle, Johnny Galindo or whatever? And she goes, yes, or into the music or whatever. So that is a small world, Steve. I have to say, when you told me that, I was so thrilled to hear that thing, hear that. And she's on one of the videos. If you go looking on some of the old videos, you'll see her standing behind me. She's in college now. She's got her first year in college. But anyway, this is a request for Stephen Kahn in our YouTube chat room. He says he gave me two songs. This one was, I think Charlene had this from last week when you posted it in the chat. But this group is from the South Bronx. They would have 4 releases on the Atlantic subsidiary Cat label. They first recorded as the Chords, okay, and then they were sued, okay, because there was already a Chords group, and they ended up changing their name to the Chord Cats, okay, but they were one and the same group. And this is their 3rd release on the Cat label. It features Carl Feaster on lead. And this is from November of 1954, and this is going out to Stephen Kahn in our YouTube chat room. The Chord Cats on the Cat label. It's called A Girl to Love. This is for Stephen Kahn. Here you go. Whoops, wrong one. Yeah.
I prayed to the Lord in heaven if he would be so kind to show me in a dream a girl to love. It would all be so thrilling to hear the church bells ringing. Here I wait with open arms for a girl to love, like the sunrise in the morning, burning desires above, but the burning in my heart is caused by foolish love. It would all be so thrilling to hear the church bells ringing. Here I wait with open arms for a girl to love, like the sunrise in the morning, burning desires above, but the burning in my heart is caused by foolish love. It would all be so thrilling to hear the church bells ringing. Here I wait with open arms for a girl to love.
There you go. That one there by request for Stephen Kahn in our YouTube chat room there. The sound of the Chord Cats, a.k.a. the Chords. And yes, Reed mentions in the chat room they also recorded as the Shabooms because they hated the name the Chord Cats. They just hated it. And so they said, let us call the Shaboom is more like our big hit, our biggest hit. So that's how come they became the Shabooms there. November 1954, the Chord Cats on the Cat label, A Girl to Love. Johnny G is your DJ Cat for a Saturday evening. Thank you all for being here. And if you are new to this program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is the, this week, actually it was the third show of the week this week because Bill Obe did a fantastic guest spot here on Thursday. We'll talk about that when I have a record coming up for Bill shortly. But I'm not going to be on next Thursday. I'll put on the YouTube page when I will be live again, but it will be a 1 o'clock show. But I don't know if I can do it every week, so it's going to be touch and go. But I'm almost done with the Relic Countdown, so we will continue with that because lots of people enjoy that show. And then I got to do a 78 show also because a bunch of people have been asking me, you know who you are, that want me to do the 78 show. But let us continue here for a Saturday, and we are in the 1955 block. Let's fill a request for Bill Sheriff in our YouTube chat room as we go out to California here to the Bahari Brothers RPM record label, and this is the group's third release for RPM Records. It's tune written by Richard Berry, and I'm talking about Arthur Lee May and the Crowns. This one from October 1955. I had 3 copies of this I found in the box, and this is the best sounding one because some of these RPMs play a little crackly. This one's not bad, but anyway, let's give it a spin. Arthur Lee May and the Crowns on RPM for Bill Sheriff. It's called Please Don't Leave Me. Sounds of California here on the Vinyltreasure show. That is a, he played baseball and also he was a singer there. And I remember I had I forget when he retired from baseball. I know I had, I think he still was he playing in 65? Because my card spanned with 64 and 65. I know I had a card, a Lee May card. I did. And of course he continued to record into the 1960s. He's got some cool soul records too, by the way. But there he is, Arthur Lee May and the Crowns, by request for Bill Sheriff in our YouTube chat room. October 55 release on RPM. Please Don't Leave Me. Don't leave Johnny G, not yet. I apologize for being late, but it's so important that I continue to do the show. I really have an obligation with Oldies and More Radio. And they got new settings and whatnot. We are now broadcasting. Well, I do the show here on YouTube with the sound is I think it was 172. Now it's 190. It's always been 192 on the YouTube, but we upped it so it should sound better, especially with this Mackie DLZ digital a mixer here. So anyway, but let us continue here. And we are in the 1955 block. Let's fill a request for Casey Hines in Paris. As we go out to Chicago, Illinois, to Al Benson's Parrot record label. That's a great label to request, folks. Not always easy to find some of the records on the Parrot label, but this is the group's second release on Parrot Records, and the group is called the Orchids. Now, the song that they're doing here is actually a cover tune. This song was originally done by the Five Keys on the Aladdin record label, a song called Oh Babe, came out in December of 1953, but then the Orchids did it, and they changed the name. They called it I Can't Refuse. And this one from October 1955, it features Gilbert Warren on lead by request for Casey Hines in Paris, the great group, the Orchids on the Parrot label. It's called I Can't Refuse for Casey. Here you go.
The finest girl just the other day. I asked her for her date, and this is what she said. She said, oh baby, oh sugar, oh sweetheart, oh darling, oh baby, I can't refuse. Well, I gave her all my pain just to make her stay, but she ran around and painted the town until the break of day. Oh, baby, oh, sugar, oh, sweet. Suitcase and that's that old freight train, because the way she done me, it was a doggone shame. Oh baby, oh sugar, oh sweetheart, oh darling, oh baby, I can't refuse, you know I can't refuse.
Yeah, the great sound of the Orchids on the Parrot record label. That's their second release for Al Benson's Parrot Records. I Can't Refuse is the name of the tune. That is with Gilbert Warren on lead. You know, with their first release, it was on, my aunt bought the, I think it was Murray the K's, I think they were songs for submarine race watchers or something like that. So she had these compilation albums. So she said to me, and I was young, she goes, Johnny, do you want to learn how to dance? So I said, okay. I said, so what do I have to do? She says, well, you're the guy and you have to lead the girl. I said, lead the girl? I said, what do you mean lead the girl? Well, she's going to follow you. So what you need to do is you need to put your hand, you need to hold her hand this way, and you need to put your arm around her on this slow dance. So I said, well, what are we going to dance to? She goes, well, we're going to dance to the Orchids. It was, what is their first record? You're Everything to Me. And that's a long record. That's like almost 3 minutes. So I said, Mary, what do I have to do? So she said, well, we're going to put the record on. So she puts it on, and she says, so you hold my hand here and put your arm around me like this. And so she did it to me. And so she says, and I want you to go back and forth and just move like these. And she did the steps with me. So, you know, that song, You're Everything to Me. So we're dancing slow to that record. So I says, okay. I says, well, I'll try these moves when I go to the dances is what I'll try. And the other record, she told me how to dance fast to. I said, well, so I think I put on, show me how to dance fast to Heartaches. So she had the record Heartaches by the Marcells. That was like 1961. So she was showing me how to dance that record. So I said, Mary, did you do a lot of dance? She goes, well, I learned how to dance with the back porch door. I said, how did you dance with the back porch door? And that's what she said she did. I don't know. But anyway, that's just a memory for the Orchids with Johnny G. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Fill a request now for listener Bill Obe, who was my special guest here on Thursday afternoon. He did a phenomenal show. I can't tell you how many accolades that Bill got, the emails that I received. And they so much loved his stories. Should have stayed. I should have put a little bit more time on to say the stories that Bill gave, because Bill, you really did a fascinating show. I really enjoyed all the back talk and all the music that you played, and Bill selected all these. That was from his selection. He had great tempo mixes and everything else. I'm the one that messed up because I couldn't cue them right. Well, I couldn't. The ones that had the wide grooves on the LPs were easy for me to do, but I couldn't see the other ones. And I have a headphone here, but I have to practice with this mixer. And the guy showed me how to use it, but I didn't have time. I was too busy to practice with that. I'm telling you, Johnny G has no time to lose. I don't. But this is a request for Bill, and it kind of relates to a song he played on Thursday afternoon. Of course, this great group, originally from Louisville, Kentucky. And let's see, Charlene. Now, Bill played an unreleased tune of, I forget the name of the LP, but it was by this group, the Moonglows. The song was called Doubtful. Okay, and he mentioned that it was a forerunner to this tune here, okay? A forerunner to this tune. That is Bill's request for this evening, and this is the group's fourth release on Leonard Chess's Chess record label from August of 1955 by request for Bill Obe, the Moonglows. The Moonglows on Chess. Bobby Lester is on lead. The song is called Starlight for Bill Obe in New Jersey. Here you go.
Yes, need you, and I'll
go by request for listener Bill Olb. Bill Olb requested the Moonglows, Bobby Lester and the Moonglows there on the Chess record label, August 1955. Starlight is the name of the tune, and you heard Big Dave Swinger picked it up. That cue burn in the beginning of the, and this is a promo copy, probably from a radio station, whatnot. So that's why I don't back cue my 45. It was funny when I did I did a show up in the Wesleyan College. It was the Moondog Matinee with Big Al, your rock and roll pal. I was back in 1999. I said to him, Al, do not backspin the styrene 45. Do not do that. And you can see you can get it also with the vinyl, the hard vinyl also, because that's the only problem with that record. But anyway, that is a great selection, Bill Olb, who will be back here. We haven't decided on the date exactly, but it might be around October 13th, I think, is a Thursday. I think that is, and Bill will be here at from 1 to 4. And we haven't discussed the show yet, but I'll probably speak to Bill tomorrow or sometime early next week about it, so stay tuned for that. But Johnny G is here on a Saturday evening as we continue here. Fill a request now for Frank and Jerry Gingaro. Now, many of you are familiar. I know that Brian Korn is, because he collected them, and I did buy some from Brian, by the way. Not that I have featured them here. I'm afraid to feature novelty cut-ins because of the copyright issues. But I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Flying Saucer by Buchanan and Goodman, okay? But one of the first songs you hear is it's the beginning of this next song. So they used this record to start off that record, and it was a pretty cool concept by them. I think at the time you were able to get away with it because you can only do like. And is it in the songs of today, are you allowed to play 3 seconds or something of a song and not have to pay royalty or pay the other artists for it? I don't know what the rules are, but there are rules and regulations to that stuff. But this is a request for Frank and Jerry Gingaro. And for this singer, Napoleon Culp Brown was his name. And he was born October 12th, 1929 in Charlotte, North Carolina. He started out singing gospel in the late 1940s with his group, The Zippers. Wait a minute. Singing gospel. So anyway, he had Charlene, is that... It's the Zippers Quartet. Is that the gospel group name? I don't know if that, or is that that might be the Zippers Quartet, might have been his gospel group. It must be, because it's not on that. It just looks like, because I know the Zippers Quartet is on some of their 45s. But he had 28 releases for Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records between 1954 and 1963. This was his 7th release. Written by Fred Mendelssohn, I think I said that right, from March of 56, by request for Frank and Jerry Gingaro, Nappy Brown on Savoy, and this is a West Coast press. Okay, I thought I had an East Coast press, but it's a West Coast press. And listen closely to the beginning of the song, because you'll hear it at the beginning of the Buchanan and Goodman, The Flying Saucer on Luniverse. Here is Nappy Brown with Open Up That Door, parentheses, and Walk Right in My Heart. Nappy Brown, here you go.
Open up that door and walk right in my heart. Open up that door and walk right in my heart. You've been gone so long, come on back where you belong. So open up the door and walk right in my heart. Don't you know that we should never be apart? Don't you know that we should never be apart? I don't need a key, I've been waiting patiently. So open up the door and walk right in my heart. Since you've been gone gone, you made my life a mess. I need your love for my happiness. Without you here, I don't want to live. Have a little mercy and forget and forgive. So open up the door and walk right in my heart. Open up that door and walk right in my heart. I pray all day that you'll come home to stay. So open up the door and walk right in my heart. You've been gone, you made my life a mess. I need your love for my happiness. Without you here, I don't want to live. Have a little mercy and forget and forgive. So open up the door and walk right in my heart. Open up that door and walk right in my heart. I prayed all day that you come home to stay. So open up the door and walk right in my heart.
There you go. That one there by request for Frank and Jerry Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of Nappy Brown. Nappy Brown from March 1956 on the Savoy record label. Open up that door, parentheses, and walk right in my heart is the name of the tune. That's his 7th release on Savoy. And that is a West Coast press that plays pretty nice. I just don't like the look of the Savoy label for some reason, at least the West Coast label. But Frank Gingaro and Gordon Skagberg, they are the hosts of the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. And you can hear the Rhythm and Blues Serenade on Sunday afternoons beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 to 6 p.m. on Hofstra Radio, WRHU-FM 88.7 on your dial. Or you can listen to actually, Johnny G messing up here. The website, hold on a second. I had it last week. It's the regular website that they have. Johnny G messing up tonight. I told you that I had such a bad I'm sorry, Frank. I want to give them the right website here. Here we go. Listen live, okay? You can listen live at hofstra.edu WRHU. Listen live. There's a player there that you can click. And you can do that tomorrow afternoon beginning at 3 p.m. And Frank has the second hour, so Gordon will be on first. Frank will have the second hour. And I don't know what's in store, but you can check out Frank is also on Facebook, and he also posts some of the labels of the records that he'll be spinning on the program. He plays records like Johnny G does here, so you can tune into the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. It's probably the one of the longest shows that are out there now, still out there to listen to, the collector shows. So they've been doing it a long, long time. I think even Karen was a guest on that program also. I don't know when exactly, but she's been on that program, as many programs. I'm glad she's coming to my show too. And also, to mention something else, Frank is also actually, he's one of the top writers here. I mentioned this before, okay, this magazine, and you should get this if you're. I don't know of any other magazine that's out. I know there's an email that goes around about, the happenings of the of groups and whatnot, and that comes out every week. But this is a magazine that comes out. It's called Echoes of the Past. Okay, and Frank is a featured writer along with Bob Bosco, who's a listener to the program, and Charlie Horner. So it's really a cool magazine. I mean, it comes out every quarter, and the editor is Bob Belniak. He's the editor, and this is actually it's international here, because you can order this internationally. So for my international listeners, you can do that. This is the magazine. You can email Bob, he'll give you the rates, but there are rates here, and you can get, I think when I do it, I do a 2-year subscription because it's a little bit cheaper that way. I kind of do that. Same thing how I buy my records. But Frank did a fantastic article. Actually, it's part 3 of the Wayne Sterling articles that he's put together, and getting information from Bill Obe and photos and whatnot. Bob Bosco does a cool group that I've never heard before, the Chantelers, Chantelers. And Charlie Horner, his is, he does the one on early 60s Long Branch, New Jersey, groups from Long Branch, New Jersey, which is pretty cool. Him and his, he and his wife Pam did the write-ups. But it's cool because it gives you like pictures. So Bob Bosco has a whole thing here with photographs on the group, and there's photograph here of a V-Tone label, that's Buddy Johnson's label, and let's see, you got there's just the pictures of the group, the people that were members of the group. There's and in the back here, who is it? It is my name is Nay and I play the groups. I find that interesting, okay? I sometimes want to comment, but I don't comment. But he has pictures of the records, which are pretty cool. And he's got a rare one here on the, what is that, Skylight? Oh, Leo Valentine. That's a rare record. I have featured that here on the program. But it's a cool magazine, so you should check it out. Now, you can get in touch with the editor. I'll give you the address. Okay, his address is echoes, ECHOES past at yahoo.com. So you can tell him Johnny G sent you, because I have sent some listeners over and they have had subscriptions to the magazine. So you should do that, and you can read Frank's article about Wayne Sterling, who really did a lot for the music, things you just don't know that he has done. And so it's great. So here it is. It's a cool, and they have past issues too. There you go, Val Shively on the back cover. You know, I could definitely say I never purchased I don't want to boast about it, but I never purchased a record from Val Shively directly, maybe indirectly a little bit in a 3-way swap, but never directly. Isn't that unusual? I wonder why. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you are new to this program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. But we continue here with the music, and let's fill a request now for James Pomerico. Thank you for your email, James, a collector. And you know, the good thing about it is I received both on Facebook and emails that I have kind of lit the fire on older collectors that are now buying vinyl again. So you dealers should thank me for that, because I got lots of people that are buying records again. I mean, I was doing it when I was a teenager, but they are buying records, and it's so great to hear that people are building their want list for songs that they hear on this show, which I think is pretty cool, like Arch, okay, and even my soul show, too. And I'm not one to have a lot, well, I do have a lot of soul records, but, some go for a lot, those northern records go for a lot of money. But anyway, let us continue here. Let's go back to Philadelphia here with a request for James Pomerico, okay. As you know, this group, they had 6 releases on Al Silver's Herald record label. Now, James requested their 4th, and it features Al Banks on lead. He is another one that has an unmistakable voice, I have to say. And the song co-written by Leroy Kirkland from August 1956. Let's give a listen to the Turbins. The Turbins on the Herald label for James Pomerico. It's called All of My Love. The Turbins. Here you go.
If you should leave me, my love, my life's not worthy to live. Each breath I take just to give you all of my love. Your kisses make my heart sigh. just to give you all of my love. Please don't leave me, my love. How it would grieve me, my love. God gave me life, and I live just to give you all of my love, my love.
There you go, the great sound of the Turbins there. I tell you, Al Banks, he has an unmistakable voice there. He does. And as Big Dave Swinger said, nobody sounds like him. And that had a great sax break in there. I see Bust the Bass. So the sax there. That is the Turbins from August 1956 on Al Silver's Herald record label. And their fourth release, song entitled All of My Love. And of course, they have other releases also on Roulette, on Parkway, and a Red Top, and I think Imperial. I featured one not too long ago on the Imperial label. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. We move into 1957. How about a twin spin on an Al Silver label? We go from Herald to Ember. Okay, and you all know this group out of New Haven, Connecticut, and it's a request for listener Oldies fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room, and I'm talking about the Five Satins here, and this is actually a B-side. The A-side of this is a song called To the Isle. That was a hit for the group, but Joseph requested the B-side, and this is actually a cover. Okay, the cover, this was originally done by the Eminons on the Josie label in August of 1956. This one came out in May of 1957, and it features Bill Baker on lead. Yeah, is he on lead on this, or they're all singing on this side, I think. I think they're all singing on this side. Definitely Bill Baker on To the Isle side. But let's just send this one out to Joseph Smith in our YouTube chat room, the Five Satins on the Ember label, and doing the Eminons tune. It's called Wish I Had My Baby. The Five Satins, May 1957. Here you go.
I wish I had my baby to thrill my soul. If I had my baby to thrill my soul, I never let her go. If I had my baby by my side, I wish I had my baby by my side. If I had my baby by my side, my love, I never hide. If I had my baby, well, you know what I would do. Oh, you're my pretty baby, my pretty baby, I love you. Oh, wish I had my baby to thrill my soul. I wish I had my baby to thrill my soul. If I had my baby to thrill my soul, I never let her go. I never let her go.
B-sides here on the Vinyltreasure show. No saxophone on that one. Listen, we get spoiled by the saxophones. But there you go. That one there going out to Oldies fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith in our YouTube chat room. The Five Satins from May 1957 on the Ember record label. Wish I Had My Baby is the name of the tune. Let us continue now. And wait a minute. That was... So, Charlene, what was that, 57? You had 56 on the thing there. So that one is out of whack. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't. Johnny G had a bad day today, folks. I mean, Charlene, you heard me earlier in the day what happened here. So that is out of whack. That should have been in the 57 thing here because it was on the sheet the other way there. So anyway, but let us continue. It's in the 56 survey 56 block. Whoa. This is a request for Liam Savoy in our YouTube chat room. Liam, are you listening in Australia currently, or are you somewhere else? Sometimes, because I don't know if you're in Australia or you were originally from Australia and then you are somewhere else, but you don't have to tell me. But anyway, but this group is out of Brooklyn, New York, and they made their debut back in 1953 on the Timely label, and with a song called Thrill of Romance. I told you that was the one that doesn't play so good on a 45. But in 1956, they met up with band leader Al Brown, and he assisted them with their next release, which came out on the Joyce record label. Of course, Al Brown involved somehow with this label. This is from November of 1956, okay? The group is called the Gay Tunes, and okay, this is for Liam. It features Earl Kirkton on lead, and it's a great double-sided ballad 45. This side we're featuring is called You Left Me. This is by request for Liam. The Gay Tunes on Joyce, You Left Me. Here you go. There you go. That one there by request for Liam in Australia, the sound of the gay tunes. And you can put that one if you were going to play crying records along with like Jackie, and although that's kind of like a weak cry, it's not like Jackie and the Starlights cry like on Valerie and a bunch of his other ones there. But that is a great record, I have to say. The Gay Tunes there, November 1956, on the Joyce record label. You Left Me. That's Earl Kirkton on lead, Kirton on lead. Let us continue here in the 1956 block, the biggest block for the night, by the way, as we fill a request for John Cummins, who is behind. And it's interesting because John emails me as he listens to the shows, and he says he's 6 weeks behind, and he must I played a record for, I think it was Chris Reed. It was by the Go Togethers on the Coast label, I think it was, and it was called Train. So John said to me, Johnny, you played a record called Train by the Go-Togethers. I know a record. Can you play another Train song for me? And I says, okay. And it didn't dawn on me first, but he said it's by the Cardinals. So I said, okay. So I checked real quick. So I've been sending the emails to Barbara to summarize for Charlene. And so I looked first, and I said, well, wait a minute. I said Train. So I looked, and there was a Bim Bam Boom release that said Train Choo Choo next to it. And I said, well, wait a minute. This only came out on the Bim Bam Boom label. But then I noticed, I said, well, no, it's called something else. It's just called Choo Choo on the Atlantic release. So I had it. I thought I did. But anyway, this is going out to John Cummins with this group Returns. We heard them earlier, didn't we? A Daniel Kubacki request, I think. But this was their 10th release for the Atlantic label. This tune written by Winfield Scott. And I think Ernie is he on this side? I don't remember if it was, but we're going to hear it anyway. March 1956, the Cardinals out of Baltimore, Maryland, on Atlantic Records. The song is called Choo Choo is in the Train. This is for listener John Cummins. Here you go, John, for you.
Choo-woppa, choo-choo-woppa, choo-woppa, choo-choo-woppa, choo-woppa, choo-choo-woppa, choo-woppa, choo-choo-woppa. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Look for me, baby, on that choo-choo train. Look for me, baby, on that choo-choo train. I'm coming home again. Can't live without you, so now I'm coming home. Can't live without you, so now I'm coming home. Never, never for too long.
Well, now you hear that train rolling down the tracks. Well, the wheels are turning with a click and a clack. Oh, well, my heart is clicking and a clacking it too. Oh, well, the train is taking me straight to you.
With a wow, wow, loud and plain.
Choo, 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 train. Bang, 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 bang,
I love that whistle, I love that joyful sound. I love that whistle, I love that joyful sound. Wow, wow, homeward bound. Mr. Blow that whistle coming round the bend, so my baby will know that I'm coming in. Down that track, throttle open wide.
Wake everybody
everybody in the countryside. Wow, wow, loud and clear. Choo-wompa, choo-choo-wompa, choo, 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 train. Choo-wompa, choo-choo-wompa, choo-wompa, choo-choo-wompa, choo-wompa, choo-choo-wompa, choo-wompa, choo-choo-wompa.
There you go, by request for listener John Cummins. That's the sound of the Cardinals there, their 10th release for the Atlantic folks. March 1956, Choo Choo is the name of the tune. That one there going with Ernie Warren on lead. That's for John Cummins. He also likes the girl group names. He said he wanted me to do a show about girl. Well, I could do that too. Got lots of girl group names. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you are new here to this program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Also click that bell to get all notifications. Give me a thumbs up if you dig what you're hearing. This is the final, let's call it the final show of the week. I'll be back on Wednesday with the Soul Show. So if you have any Soul 45s, I have many that have given me lists of records to play, so I get to pick from them, and I expect to get some in the mail for Busta Bass. I'm getting them in the mail, and for other people too, for Leonard Mancini and a couple of the other guys that requested some of those, so they're coming in the mail. But let us continue here for a Saturday, and let's fill a request for Gary Hendren in Alabama. This group out of New Haven, Connecticut. Gotta ask Mike Sape in Connecticut. Mike, have you in your travels come across this record often when you find it, or have you ever found it in the wild? And my understanding is every time this record is found in the wild in Connecticut, it is trashed. This copy's not that bad, and they don't play as well, though, as the Ember releases. But this group out of New Haven, Connecticut, now this record first issued on Joel Alderman's Elm Records, also out of New Haven, and this record would get picked up, had some airplay. Al Silver would pick it up and put it out on his Ember record label, but I'm spinning the first press now. It's styrene, folks. I know Amy wants me to get T-shirts. Barbara's supposed to do this for me. She's supposed to get me Johnny G Hates Styrene 45 T-shirts so I can give them out to you, the listeners. But this features Wes Forbes on lead. I think he might have even wrote the tune, yes. He also wrote the song, and this is from September 1956 by request for Gary Hendren in Alabama, the Starlarks. The Starlarks on Elm Records. It's called The Fountain of Love. The Starlarks for Gary. Here you go, Gary.
The fountain, the fountain, the fountain of love. I met my angel from heaven above and said she loved me. I'm in misery.
As going out to Gary Hendren in Alabama. No, Timbo, the Gary's out of Alabama. This group is out of New Haven, Connecticut. They're called the Starlarks. Starlarks on the Elm record label. Wes Forbes, he wrote the tune. He's the lead singer. Came out in September of 1956. The Fountain of Love is the name of the tune. And that is a hard record to get. The styrene press, the grooves are so close together, you don't get the full fidelity as you get on the Ember label. So Big Dave says the 78s play better. I would say they do. In all instances, in most of the instances, I would say 99.9%, 78s always play better on the right equipment, of course. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, filler requests now for listener Edmund Williams. Okay, as we go to George Goldner's G records for this one. This isn't not that easy to find this record, too. Not much known about this group, though. They all attended Washington High School in Manhattan, and this was their only release. Came out on the G record label. Now, Goldner gets one of the writer credits. So does someone by the name of Hal Feen, who wrote and owned a few publishing companies. Now, the odd name in the credit that I can't find anything on is this Julius Phillips. So I'm wondering if he possibly is the lead singer on this, but I don't know. But I think Liam also had this on his list, too, to play. Let's go to June of 1956. Give a listen to the Downbeats. The Downbeats on the G record label is going out to Edmund Williams. We'll also send it out to Liam. And this is called China Doll for Edmund Williams. Here you go.
Da 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 boom ba boom ba ba dilly ba boom boom ba boom ba ba dilly ba boom China boom ba boom ba ba dilly ba boom. She is a China doll. Oh, her name is Baby and she's kind of small, and when you look at her for long, your heart just goes bongity bong. China, oh oh oh, boom ba boom ba boom. My heart was heavy and kind of found. One look at her and spinning around. I got the courage to ask her name. When she spoke my pretty friend, boom ba boom ba ba dilly ba boom, boom ba boom ba ba dilly ba boom. China, boom ba boom ba ba dilly ba boom. China, China, China doll, China, China, China doll, China, boom ba boom ba ba dilly ba boom. She's a China doll. Her name is Baby and she's kind of small. Oh, when you look at her for long, your heart just goes bongity bong. China, oh oh oh, boom ba boom ba ba dilly ba boom.
As going out to listener Edmund Williams, also will send it out to Liam in Australia. The sound of the Downbeats. That's with Jimmy. I mean, that is unmistakable sax break. Is Jimmy Wright and his orchestra there, June 1956. Where were you? That's on the G record label. China Doll. Who said it looked rare? Somebody said it looked rare. That's not a Geronimo. That's, I wouldn't call, well, it's hard. You can find that on the gray. If you went to the Texas show, you probably can find that on the gray G label. And actually, I think the Roulette reissue from the 70s sometime, it might be a different cut on that record, if I'm not mistaken. I had that. I should have compared the two because, again, goes to them messing up with re-releasing, reissues and whatnot, because the people there, they just don't know. But anyway, but to save to Geronimo, there are other records on the Jets. I think would have to be the rarest record on the G label. Now, I saw a copy. Tony Barcius showed me a picture of a copy that someone has. But the Quintones is rare. The Eminons is rare. And I'm talking about the red label now because the Coins and the Colonials are rare. And I have the Colonials and the what is it? The Crows with who does Perfidia? I forget her name. See, Johnny G's drawing a blank. It's from all the stuff that went on today. But I digress. Let's continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show for a Saturday evening. Let's fill a request now for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room, because Adrian likes the girl groups a lot. He does. And this is on Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label. These gals had 2 releases for the Aladdin label. And this tune, written by Leo Mesner's stepdaughter, Patty Ann was her name. And she wrote this tune. And she was also a member of this group. They were known as the Charmers. Okay? The Charmers on Aladdin from September 56. For Adrian in our YouTube chat room, the Charmers with He's Gone. This is not the Chantel's tune. Here we go. Yeah, girl group sounds here for a Saturday evening. That one they're going out to Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. They're called the Charmers. The Charmers on the Aladdin label. This was their second release, yeah, because the other one's on blue. I don't know if this came on blue. Reed, did this come on the blue label also? I don't know. September 56, the Charmers with He's Gone is the name of the tune. That's another one I could probably do a lazy segue by playing He's Gone by the Chantels, too. But anyway, let us continue now. We are in the 1956 block. This is actually a flip side request for Big Dave Swinger, as my favorite tune by this group out of Los Angeles, California, was the song called Why Did I Fall in Love? And I think I played that for Big Dave, but he also requested the flip side here. I was looking for Mamzelle for you, Big Dave, but I couldn't find it, as I couldn't find the other Ravens request either. But this, what happened here? This is so Charlene, who's the lead on this? This is April 1956 for the Jacks. I should be on Marv's site. So let's flip over. Why Did I Fall in Love from April 1956 for Big Dave Swinger. Here are the Jacks on RPM. The song is called Sugar Baby for Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room. Here you go.
Candy is sweet and sugar is too. You're the most to say the least about you. You send me off to paradise. You my sugar and spice. You're everything nice. Sugar baby. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sugar baby. How you send for me. Sugar baby, baby, please be mine. And I love you, baby, all the time. Roses are red and violets are blue. I love you, baby, yes I do. Your lips are sweeter than candy by far. And you're my baby, yes you are. Sugar baby, ooh, 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 ooh. Sugar baby, how you send for me. Sugar baby, baby, please be mine. And I love you, baby, all the time. Yes, I might as well confess, just in case you don't know it yet, that you're my sugar, my candy too. And I love you, baby, ooh, shooby-doo. Sugar baby, ooh, 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 ooh. Sugar baby, how you sitting for me. Sugar baby, baby, please be mine. And I love you, baby, all the time. Confess, just in case you don't know it yet, but you're my sugar, my candy too. And I love you, baby, ooh, shooby-doo. Sugar baby, ooh, 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 wee. Sugar baby, how you sitting for me. Sugar baby, baby, please be mine. And I love you, baby, all the time. My sugar baby, sweet like a daisy. My sugar baby, driving me crazy.
There you go. That one there going out to listener Big Dave Swinger. That's the sound of the Jacks. The Jacks from April 1956. That's Aaron Collins on lead. Okay, on the RPM record label Sugar Baby. To answer Geronimo's question, I don't know. This time, maybe, I don't think the blue, I know this comes out on black. I don't know if it's on red. It might be on red. Have to check the Kreider book or Marvin Podd's book. I think he has it listed there. Maybe the blue is first. I forget. Because what happens with a lot of these records, I mean, like if you have Eddie My Love by the Teen Queens, that comes out on multiple colors because they would just use whatever paper was there in the pressing plant to press these things up. And some are stock, some are vinyl, and some are styrene. Johnny G losing his mind here as we continue here. I'm thinking of that cheesecake downstairs. My brother bought cheesecake. My brother was here last night, which was great, by the way. Michael from South Jersey was up. And he brought some cheesecake. Probably going to do well with my father, who can't eat anything solid for a few days. But let us continue here. We are in the 1956 block. Like I said, this is the last one from 56. This is a flip side request for Gary Spring. Okay, he requested the Limelighters a couple weeks ago. I featured their tune called Cabin Hideaway. Okay, came out on Jerry Blaine's Josie record label. The group is out of the Bronx, and the lead singer of the group, his name is Sammy Fain. Okay, and they also recorded prior to having this release, they recorded for a bunch of those budget labels as under different names, like the Rockets and the Teeners and the Four Blades and the Four Angels, like Promenade and some of the other ones. Well, this was a legit release on Josie Records. So this is the flip side of Cabin Hideaway, and this is going out to listener Gary Spring in Connecticut. From May of 1956, the Limelighters on Josie. It's called My Sweet Norma Lee. We'll also send it out to John Cummins. It's a girl's name, Norma Lee. Here you go. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
I got a girl named Norma Lee. My pretty mama so good to me. Don't you know I love her? Don't you know I love her? Oh baby, oh how I love her. Yes, I love my Norma Lee. When I'm sick, lying in my bed, a ruby red lipstick on my head. Don't you know I love her? Don't you know I love her? Oh baby, oh how I love her. Yes, I love my Norma Lee. Well, she's so fine and tender, the only one for me. Can't nobody kiss me like my baby Norma Lee. My Norma Lee, and love so fine, give me goose pimples up and down my spine. Don't you know I love her? Don't you know I love her? Oh baby, oh how I love her. Yes, I love my Norma Lee. Oh how I love her. Yes, I love my Norma Lee. Well, she's so fine and tender, the only one for me. Can't nobody kiss me like my baby Norma Lee. My Norma Lee, her love so fine, give me goose pimples up and down my spine. Don't you know I love her? Don't you know I love her? Oh baby, oh how I love her. Yes, I love my Norma Lee.
Boy, lots of sax tonight, boy, and I love the saxophone, I have to say. There you go. That's a B-side there by request for Gary Spring in Canada. The Limelighters, May 1956. See, my sixes look like eights. On the Josie record label, My Sweet Norma Lee. I would say that is a Sammy Fanon lead for that one. Also, the Limelighters. There you go. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, fill a request now for Record Ralph in Syracuse as we move to as we move to 1957. And that was very nice of you to say that, Record Ralph. I appreciate that, as I am only an amateur. I am not a professional disc jockey by any means, but some people think it's so, but that's okay. But I'm not an imposter, because I never said I was a natural DJ. But anyway, this is for Record Ralph. This is actually, the last time I played this, I used to do a Rockabilly Record of the Week here on the program. I used to do a blues record. I used to do but then I just got away. The requests got too overpowering, but I would feature Rockabilly records here. I don't have a problem doing that, sprinkle them in, because I think we really need. A lot of people have never heard, and that's what they tell me. They've never heard a lot of these records. So that is when I hear that coming from a new listener and they take the time to let me know on YouTube, I think I'm doing something good. and they hear a little bit about the group or whatever, and they kind of relate better to the record. And I'm getting that from a lot of the northern soul listeners in the UK, because, you know, they just play the records. I mean, so what? Say something about the group or about the singer and what they created. That's what I do. Okay, so, and people might say, well, just play the damn music. No, I don't do that. This is different. This is a visual. This is an entertaining show. And I'm your host that you see now in the new studio here as the show has gotten really big. So anyway, if you are new to this program, please consider subscribing because it keeps the copyright police away. I've had problems on Wednesday with the records. I don't know why, but they shut me down. But they rarely, I don't want to jinx myself, here on the Saturday night. But this is for listener Record Ralph. This one has Daryl Letts. Are you familiar with this station, WLLH, 1400 AM, Lowell, Lowell, Massachusetts? Rob Balboni, where's Lowell, Massachusetts? Okay, this artist, he's originally from Princeton, West Virginia, but he relocated to Atlanta, Georgia, and his first release came out on the Stars label in October of '57. It would then get picked up by Columbia Records, and I guess this is it. This is his debut single, tune written by a tune he wrote, right? Charlene, is that what you wanted to say? Yeah. His name is Billy Brown. Okay, Billy Brown from November '57 on the Columbia label. And this is what we have every Saturday night, but it's in the past. It's called Did We Have a Party? This is Billy Brown going out to Record Ralph in Syracuse. Here you go.
Did we have a party? Did we have a party? Did we have a party? We partied all night long. Oh, well, I went on a big party last night. Everything we did, we were doing all right. All of the cats and the kittens were there, rocking and rolling, not a will and not a care. Did we have a party? Did we have a party? Did we have a party? Partied all night long. Well, now we danced on the ceiling, we danced on the wall. Everybody there was having a ball. I looked at the clock and I screamed out loud. I couldn't get over the noise of the crowd. Did we have a party? Did we have a party? Did we have a party? We partied all night long. I said, did we have a party? Did we have a party? We had a party. Yeah, we had a party. We had a party. Partied all night long. All the people were laughing, everybody was gay. I looked through the blinds, it was breaking day. I grabbed my baby, headed for the door. I cried, Lordy, Lord, I can't stand anymore. Did we have a party? Ooh, yeah, did we have a party? Ooh, did we have a party? We partied all night long. Yeah, well, did we have a party? Did we have a party? Ooh, did we have a party? Yeah, did we have a party? Ooh, did we have a party? Partied all night long.
There you go. Rockabilly tunes here for a Saturday evening. That one they're going out to Record Ralph in Syracuse, November '57 release for Billy Brown. Billy Brown on the Columbia record label. Did we have a party? Yes, we did. Oh, yes, Johnny G did. As we continue here for a Saturday evening, we are in the 1957 block. Let's fill a request now. A B-side request here for Gene 1931 as we go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for this group you all know. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with a song called Whispering Bells, as done by the Dell Vikings. Tune written by group member Clarence Quick. This is on Joe Averbach's Phoebe Records, which was out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And this also was picked, Dot Records put this out for national distribution, but locally this came out on the Phoebe record label. What was this? Was this the follow-up to Come Go With Me? I think Whispering Bells. Anyway, but it features Crip Johnson on lead from May of 1957. Let's give a listen to the Dell Vikings. The Dell Vikings on the Phoebe label. Also came out on Dot. This is for Gene 1931. The song is called Don't Be a Fool. This is for Gene, the Dell Vikings.
Don't be a fool and let your loved one go. Don't be a fool, you know you love her so. Take my advice, brother, don't be a fool. Make no mistakes and lose the one you love. She might be just a gift from up above. Hear what I tell you, don't be a fool.
If she tells you that she missed you, hope no other lip tack is too good.
Don't say goodbye.
Take her in your arms and hold her. Don't just let her love get cold.
Don't say goodbye. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Don't be a fool and let your loved one go. Don't be a fool, you know you love her so. Take my advice, brother, don't be a fool. Make no mistakes and lose the one you love. She might be just a gift from up above. Hear what I tell you, don't be a fool. Don't be a fool.
There you go. That one there by request for Gene 1931 as the copyright police come out on that B-side. Are you kidding me? I could see if I played Whispering Bells, not that side. But anyway, well, they're not going to know the next song either. It's just as long as I don't play too many records that AI can get, because I can definitely mess them up with certain records that I play, that they don't know what I'm playing. But anyway, there you go. By request for Gene, 1931, May 1957. That's a B-side to Whispering Bells. The Dell Vikings there, Don't Be a Fool, featured it on the first press, Phoebe Records, and that is with Crip Johnson on lead. Let us continue now. We are in 1957. Let's fill a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, and he wants to send this one out to Big Dave Swinger, who was in our YouTube chat room, as we heard from the Jacks earlier in the program, actually as requested by Big Dave Swinger, the Jacks with a Sugar Baby. Well, this singer was a member of the Jacks. Talking about Ted Taylor, he was a member of the Jacks Cadets, but he would go solo in 1957, recording for Ebb Records. Who was that? Leona Roop's Ebb label, who was the wife or the ex-wife of Art Roop. Guess Johnny G drawing blanks here. And this was his first of three. Yeah, there it is, Leona Roop's Ebb label out of Los Angeles, California, from September 57. Let's give a listen to Ted Taylor. Ted Taylor on Ebb. By request for Indrajit, going out to Big Dave. It's called Everywhere I Go. Ted Taylor. Here you go.
Everywhere I go, they got that rhythm in their feet. Everywhere I go, they got that rhythm in their feet. Just a rockin' and a rolling to that rock and roll beat. Well, now some are doing the jiggy, some are doing the Texas hop. Oh, some are doing the jiggy, some are doing the Texas hop. When they start rocking and rolling, they don't know when to stop. Well, they rock and they roll, long as the music plays. When the music keep a rockin', this is what they say. Love to do the chicky, chicken it soothes my mind. And I'll be rockin' and rolling till the end of time. Well, they rock and they roll, long as the music plays. When the music keep a rockin', this is what they say. Love to do the chicky, chicken it soothes my mind. And I'll be rockin' and rolling till the end of time.
Yeah, that one's gonna tucker you out, you dancers out there. And that one there, well, listen, Indrajit is a dancer. They have those weekenders every quarter or whatever it is that they have over in the UK. They really do, these couples, and they're not spring chickens either, and they're kind of dancing there. He has videos. You have to check out Indrajit's YouTube page. But there you go. That one there going out to Indrajit Advani, sending it out to Big Dave Swinger. Ted Taylor is first of three on the Ebb label from September 57. Everywhere I Go is the name of the tune. As we continue here, let's fill a request now for Chuck Mitchell. I like this record a lot. I do. Chuck picked the great two-sided 45. This came out on Harry the Hipster's Gibson's Hip label. I guess that's pretty cool. Which was out of, what is that, Charlene? Venazi? No. Reed. Where is this in California? Venazi, California, if I said that right. That's what the Johnny Otis Orchestra. I'm telling you, Johnny G is mad tonight. Not for anything else, but because of what happened to me today. But there is a vocal group backing her up. Now, it could be the Hollywood Flames here, but listen closely to the backup group here, because you're going to hear, I think it's the voice of Richard Berry. I would bet on it. I used to be a gambler, but no more. But I think it's Richard Berry. You can hear it in the beginning of the song here. And this gal's name is Faye Wilson, and she also gets the writer credit on this. From April of 1957. This is going out to Chuck Mitchell. Let's give a listen to Faye Wilson and group on the Hip label, and it's Richard Berry you're going to hear. The song is called Playing Me for a Fool. Faye Wilson. Here you go for Chuck Mitchell. Here you go.
Well, baby. Well, child, now.
My man does me wrong. Yes, he's using me for a tool. He's breaking my heart to pieces and playing me for a fool. I say don't treat me that way, baby. I can't stand much more. It's causing my heart misery and pain. It's gonna drive me insane. He goes out at night, leaves me all alone. I'm so lonely. Wish he'd call me on the phone.
Well, baby.
Using me for a tool,
Oh, child, now.
breaking my heart to pieces and playing me for a
That is, okay, Reed agrees with me, okay, that is Richard Berry. So, I don't know, maybe that's another one of the groups, who knows? Maybe could it be when did this come out? This record released in April of 57, so where was he? What was he doing in April 57? But that's definitely him, and that is a great tune, Chuck. That's a great request, I have to say. That's for Chuck Mitchell in our YouTube chat room. Faye Wilson on the Hip record label. Playing Me for a Fool is the name of the tune, and she wrote that record, that song, and it was Craig that sold me that record. And that was, when I was looking through his collection, I saw it in there. I was contemplating taking it. I probably should have, because it's a great 45. Thank you for that request. We're going to hear the flip next week for Chuck. He requested the flip next week. Let us continue here. Now, Timothy, so up next is a request for Timothy. Now, initially, Timothy asked me, I didn't know the record from the beginning, so Timothy asked me to play a song by I think her name is Peggy. Is it Peggy King? I think that's it. Hold on a second. So I had the record. Yeah, Peggy King. Okay, No Sleep Till Dawn. So I was contemplating to play that record, but it was like, I says, it was bordering on pop. And then when I heard that Mitch Miller was involved with it, Mitch Miller would never listen to my show in a million years, okay? because Mitch Miller did not like this music for whatever reason it was. So, and he was the one that actually discovered this girl, because that Peggy King gal. Now, her voice isn't bad, and there was a group on it, but I just didn't. It was just too popish for me. It would have been totally out of style with the records you were hearing tonight. So, not any offense, Timothy, because I didn't listen to the record from the start, and I was going to play it, but I have others that I thought would warrant better than that song. And it was a while ago that you gave me this next song to play, and it was just too many to play because I couldn't play. I was running out of time for all the shows to play multiple requests. But Timothy, I don't know if you remember this song, but you asked me to play this tune for where is it? I lost my place. Here it is. For this artist born in, can't read anything, Danville, is it Danbille? That's how you pronounce it. Danville, Illinois. He was a pianist and a cabaret singer, and recorded, Charlene's got lots of LPs, but had 2 releases on the Atlantic label. Now, one was filed and one was not, so I eventually found this record after looking a long time. It's been sitting here for months. Okay, this is his second release, and this song was originally done in 1956 on Atco Records, the sister label to Atlantic, by the Coasters. The Coasters recorded this song first, a tune written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller. But let's give a listen to this version as done by a singer by the name of Bobby Short, S-H-O-R-T. Bobby Short. And this was a request for Timothy from September 57. Bobby Short on the Atlantic label, and his rendition of the tune Down in Mexico for Timothy. Here you go, Timothy, for you.
Down in Mexicali, there's a crazy little place that I know, where the drinks are hollowed and the chili's hot, and the boss is a cat named Joe. He wears a red bandana, plays a blues piano in a honky-tonk down in Mexico. He wears a purple sash and a black mustache in a honky-tonk down in Mexico. Well, the first time that I saw him, he was a-sitting on a piano stool. I said, "Tell me, Dad, when does the fun begin?" He just winked his eye and said, "Man, be cool." He wears a red bandana, a cool piano in a honky-tonk down in Mexico. He wears a purple sash and a black mustache in a honky-tonk down in Mexico. All of a sudden in walked a chick, just started playing on a Latin kick. Around her waist she wore 3 fishnets. She started dancing with the castanets. I didn't know just what to expect. She threw her arms all around my neck. We started dancing all around the floor, and then she did a dance I never saw before. So if you're south of the border, I mean down in Mexico, and you wanna get straight, man, don't hesitate. Just look up a cat named Joe. He wears a red bandana, plays a blues piano in a honky-tonk down in Mexico. He wears a purple sash and a black mustache in a honky-tonk down in Mexico. Meet me south of the border sometime. See, Mother Cha-Cha.
Okay, whoops. There you go. By request for Timothy, that's the sound of Bobby Short. Bobby Short, I wonder how tall he was, though. Bobby Short from September 1957 on the Atlantic record label. What'd I say? That was his second release. There's a Copyright Police came out on that tune, by the way. Of course, it wasn't the Coasters version, But anyway, so what's with that? Down in Mexico is the name of the tune. Johnny G is not down in Mexico. I am broadcasting from the attic in Westchester County, New York. Hope you're digging on the tunes. We need to get more subscribers here to the program to keep these varmints out of Johnny G's chat room, the copyright police, with the AI run that I always sometimes have to correct, and they get it wrong. But let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. One more from the year 1957, and I'm sorry, two more from the year 1957, and there is no date on this, Charlene. But anyway, this is actually a special request, okay? This is a request for listener David Vilma in our YouTube chat room, and he wants to send it out to his lovely wife, Christina, in celebrating their 30th anniversary. So I want to wish David Vilma a happy anniversary, also to Christina. That is a very nice thing to be together for 30 years as we go to this group from Brooklyn, New York. And this is their fourth of five. This is one of my favorite groups, too, folks, that recorded for Jerry Winston's Onyx record label. This tune written by the second tenor of the group. His name was Donald Haywood. Okay, this is with Sammy Lowe and the orchestra. It features Jerome Ramos on lead from 1957. Let's give a listen to the Velours on the Onyx label by request for David Vilma, and sending it out to David and his wife Christina on their 30th anniversary. The song is called This Could Be the Night for David and Christina. Here you go.
Couldn't you, couldn't I fall in love tomorrow? This could be the night. Although we just met, this could be the night. Never forget, I pledged my heart by stars above. Couldn't you, couldn't I fall in love? Whoa, whoa, this could be the night. I dream of just you. This could be the night. Let my dreams come true. A kiss, one kiss would be enough. Couldn't you, couldn't I fall in love? Fall in love. A night like this to hold you. So please keep me in your trust. A night like this to kiss you. Oh yes, yes, and kiss you, dear. I must. This could be the night. So give me a chance. Oh, this could be the night. I found romance. The moon, the stars are tokens of this wondrous night. We've fallen in love.
Hold on a second, folks. I want to get the date right here. Charlene missed the date. I'll go to Marv Goldberg's. I just like to say the date. I can't say it. I feel like, oh, there you go. October 57. Okay. What a great tune that is. That one there, those are the Velours. Jerome Ramos and the Velours. That's their fourth release. I said that right? That is their fourth release for Jerry Winston's Onyx Records. That one there released in October of 1957. The Velours with This Could Be the Night. That is a special dedication to David and Christina Vilma, celebrating 30 years of marriage. Happy anniversary, David and Christina, and a great tune that is. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you are new to this program, please consider subscribing. The copyright police are out now. Let's just hope they don't shut me down. I don't have, I still got a bunch of records to go here, but I was late for about 15 minutes. But let's continue. One more from 1957. It's actually a flip side request for listener John Engstrom. As last week I featured these gals on Randy Wood's Dot record label, the Smith Sisters. Their only release, and from August of 57, a song called Love Me Tonight. So John's going to file this one here in his MP3 files. We're going to flip it over for John. I don't know which one was the... this was rated by Billboard, I think, but I think the flip side had the higher rating. But let's go to August of 1957 by request for John Engstrom, the Smith Sisters on the Dot label. It's called Steady Date. The Smith Sisters. Here you go, John.
I want you for mine, steady day. I want you for mine, steady day. You captured my crazy heart. I wanted you from the start for my steady day. I offer my love to only you. I offer my love to only you. I worshipped you from afar. Now I want to be where you are, whatever you do. I thought that other days were great. Then one day I met you. Since then I want nobody else but you. Please say you'll be mine, steady day. Please say you'll be mine, steady day. I want to belong to you. Please say that you want me to, for your steady day. I thought that other days were great. Then one day I met you. Since then I want nobody else but you. Please say you'll be mine, steady day. Please say you'll be mine, steady day. I want to belong to you. Please say that you want me to, for your steady day. Your steady day.
That is actually not a bad record, really, I have to say. I actually like that better than the other side, but that's not bad. That's for John Engstrom there. They're called the Smith Sisters. August 1957. That's on Randy Wood's Dot Records, their only release. A song entitled Steady Date. Did you ever have a steady date? Johnny G had a mystery. I used to have mystery dates, but not anymore. Let us continue here. For a Saturday evening, we are in the 1958 block. Let's fill a request now for listener Amnon. This group is out of Philadelphia, PA, and they first recorded for the Unart record label back in 1958, but Amnon requested a record that was never released. Okay, it wasn't released, but it was recorded in 1958, but not released until February of 2003 on, well, I don't know if this, did Val put this out? Well, somebody put this out. I thought Val put this record out. Maybe did not. It says that it's email... She's got here Emil Corson's Rico Art label. Now, I don't know, Charlene, this was 2003, and I don't know if that is a 2003 date, then I would say that's okay. But I thought that anyway, that okay, we'll take it. I didn't check it out myself. The members of this group included Arthur Harden, Warren Sherrill, Eddie Edgehill, Frank Abel, and Frank Washington. Now, I guess there were 2 records that were released by this group, and I bought these. Actually, Fred Bond sold me both of these. I gave him a list of records that were requests, and he sold me a whole. But just mailed them to my house, and because Val had these for like double the price, I was like, "This is like half price here. I'm gonna buy them from Val for." But anyway, it's a great tune. It is really. I think I bought this for the late Richard Fox. I think, who was very instrumental with getting me over to Oldies and More Radio. Unfortunately, he passed away. Very sad. But it's from 1958. This is for listener Mnon. The Dell Knights is the name of the group. It's on Rico Art Records. It's red vinyl, but it came out in 2003, recorded in 1958. The song is called Madly, M-A-D-L-Y. The Dell Knights Madly for Mnon. Here you go. That's a nice tune there by request for listener Mnon. I wonder if they were trying to sound like the Avalons. What's the guy with the falsetto voice there? On My Heart's Desire. Raphael. Oh, I forget his last name. Somebody tell me. Raphael somebody. Trying to sound like him on that, and that's why that record didn't come out. But anyway, I bought it from Fred Baum. They have 2 releases on the label, and Mnon. That's one that Mnon. I played one before. Either the flip of this or another one, but they have 4 songs that were put out on this This Rico Art, they just use the recording studio as the name. But anyway, there you go, 1958, the Dell Knights, Madly is the name of the tune. That one there going out to listener Amnon. Let us stay in 1958, and this is a flip side request for Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room. On the September 6th show, I featured this group called the El Domingos on the Caparex label out of Berkeley, California. That was for Jack Saperstein, the ballad side called Evening Bells. But Mike Sape requested, actually, this is the intended A side of the 45, a tune written by the lead singer. His name is Jay Vernon. Okay, and the group they're known as the El Domingos. Now, this is not the same El Domingos that recorded for the Chelsea, okay, nor the group that recorded for the Carmen label. I have both those records, but this is from April 58, going out to Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room. The El Domingos on Caparex Incorporated. It's called I'm Not Kidding You, from Mike Sape. Here you go.
No, 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 baby. No, baby. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I want to be true. Oh, give me a chance. I'm telling you. I need your romance. I love you so. Oh, honest I do. So please believe I'm not kidding you. No, no, no. Darling, I love you so. That's not a lie, my dear. Why don't you give it up and come over here? I know I have lied, I have cheated too. I won't cheat again. I'm not kidding you. Darling, I love you so. That's not a lie, my dear. Why don't you give it up and come over here? I know I have lied, I have cheated too. I won't cheat again. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. No, babe. I'm not kidding you. No, no, no. I'm not kidding you. I know, I'm not kidding you.
Whoops. There you go. That one there going out to listener Mike Sape, the sound of the El Domingos there. El Domingos from April 1958. It's on the Caparex Incorporated label. I'm Not Kidding You is the name of the tune. I'm Not Kidding You. Johnny G playing original vinyl 45s. That's from Mike Sape, by the way, as we continue here on the Vinyltreasure show. And the flip side of that, requested by Jack Saperstein. Now, here is a request for Jack Saperstein. It was because he called me with his request, and he gave me like all these great early sides, and then he gave me a later release. Okay, so and he said to me, Johnny, aren't you going to ask me why I requested this record? I said, well, no, I'm not going to ask you, but he told me why. Okay, he requested this group from Brooklyn, New York. Okay, they had 4 releases on Irving Spice's Mohawk Records. Okay, they were known as Lonnie and the Carolons. And Lonnie's name was Irving Brodsky. And Jack personally knew him and the group. So he knew this group. And he knew their songs, and he watched them singing and whatnot. So I said, well, that is definitely cool, Jack, that you know this group. And I'd be happy to feature it for Jack Saperstein. We'll be tuning into the program. He watches Johnny G in the morning on Sunday mornings, as many do on the archive. So thank you, Jack, for that info. And we're going to send this one out especially to you from October 58. Lonnie and the Carolons with Irving Brodsky on lead. It's on Mohawk Records. It's called Hold Me Close. This is for Jack Saperstein. Here you go.
Just time for one more dance before we must go home. So hold me close, hold me tight, my love. There's no time, there's no chance for us to be alone. So hold me close. Hold me tight, my love. When the dance is over and we've said goodnight, dream of me, my baby. Dream of me tonight. There's no time, there's no chance for us to be alone. So hold me close, hold me tight, my love. When the dance is over and we've said goodnight, dream of me, my baby. There's just time for one more dance before we must go home. So hold me close, hold me tight, my love.
Hold me close, hold me tight, There you go. That one there going out to listener Jack Saperstein. That's the sound of Lonnie and the Carolons. That one there from October 1958 on the Mohawk record label, Hold Me Close. And that actually charted. That was number 5 on WBNY in Buffalo, New York. And that is with Irving Brodsky. He was the lead singer there, Lonnie, for Jack Saperstein. Let us do, we are in the year 1958. Let's fill a request for listener Delwood Jeff. You know this group from the Bronx, New York. This is their second single on Bob and Gene Schwartz's Laurie record label. And this was actually this is the B-side to their follow-up to I Wonder Why. The song was called No One Knows, but this was the flip side. An interesting tune. Written by, Actually, this was a tune that was done back in 1955, a tune written by Fats Domino and Dave Bartholomew, and Fats first recorded it back in 1955 on the Imperial label. But let's give a listen to this rendition that Delwood Jeff requested. This features Dion DiMucci on lead. I'm talking about Dion and the Belmonts from July 1958 on the Pink Laurie label. It's styrene that Johnny G hates. I have a vinyl press, but it's whipped. Didn't want to play it. But let's send it out to Delwood Jeff, Dion and the Belmonts, their rendition of the tune I Can't Go On, Rosalie, for Delwood Jeff. Here you go. There you go. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's Dion and the Belmonts. That's by request for Delwood Jeff. Did that record get played on the radio is my question. Maybe it was, because the flip side is a really slow, No One Knows is a slow ballad by Dion and the Belmonts. That's going to wake you up. It's called I Can't Go On, Rosalie, their rendition of that Fats Domino tune. Actually, it did chart number 29 on WCUE in Akron, Ohio. Okay, July 58 on the Laurie record label. Let us continue now, and we have one. We have a couple more in 1958 as we go back out to California here. Fill a request for listener Graylin, a.k.a. G-Dog, in our YouTube chat room. And this is on Gene Autry's Challenge record label. This is the group's second release for the Challenge label. And it features John Jennings on lead, and the group is called the Cufflinks with a K, Kuf-Linx, and this one came out in June of 1958. This is going out to Grayland, the Cufflinks with Climb Love's Mountain. This is for Grayland, the Cufflinks. Here you go.
Climb love mountain, sing love song to your lover who's all alone in the valley, lonesome valley. must decide. Don't keep me waiting, uncertain inside. Though I love you, time might change my mind. Happiness you will find for a lifetime. Love,
Yeah, it's a nice tune there. That one there by request for Graylin, a.k.a. G-Dog, in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of the Cufflinks with a K, and that is John Jennings on lead, song entitled Climb Love's Mountain. Now, that was their first release, was a cover of the tune So Tough. That's a song, by the... originally done by the Casuals, I think, but there was a group called the Cufflinks recorded for the Dutone label, so I guess they tried to capitalize on that, so they changed the spelling of their name with a K. Now, this record belonged to somebody here. I'm just curious. You know, sometimes I'm curious to see who may have owned I leave those stickers on. So this record, okay, which is out of California, okay, it's Rusty Isabel. That name sounds familiar. Rusty Isabel. What's this say here? He lived at, maybe he's still there. I doubt it. 1302 West Olive Avenue in Phoenix, Arizona. And there's a phone number here. Would they still have the same phone number? Should I give you the phone number? Where's Windsor? Okay, got to ask Steve Carmen about that. It says Windsor 3, and then there's a number. Interesting. It got a promo copy of this too. Anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let us continue here. Let's fill a request now for listener Joe Shacatano, as this group is out of Washington, D.C., and their first two releases came out on this label called Mellow Records, M-E-L-O, which was out of New York City. And the group included Edward Smith, James Goldring, Edward Goldring, and Aaron Grier. And collectively they were known as the Gales, G-A-L-E-S. And this was their second release on the label. And who's the lead on this? We don't know who the lead is. Okay. September 58, going out to Joe Shacatano. And John Cummins likes the girl's name, so we know that now. Here are the Gales on Mellow. It's called Josephine. This is for Joe Shacatano. Here you go, Joe.
Cutest girl I've ever seen. She is my pin-up queen. That's my Josephine, my Josephine. Eyes that gleam, just like a diamond ring, makes my heart go ting-a-ling. That's my Josephine, my Josephine. I don't care what she used to be. I know what she is today. If she loves me as I love her, who cares what word I say? She's my queen, and some someday I'll be hurting. Then you'll hear church bells ring. Ding dong, she'll be my Josephine.
Johnny G almost getting caught here as we wind down here on the program. And that is a nice tune. I don't know if that's one of their records. They're both hard to find, by the way, these Gales. These Gales on the Mellow record label. One is much harder than the other, but this is a nice one here for Joe Shacatano. September 58. That record's as old as your host, Johnny G. The Gales with Josephine. That's on Mellow Records. I think their next release came out on the Win, WINN Records. And yeah, that was a Jerry Diaz special to Johnny G. Reed, you know about that. As we continue here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records to go before we sign off here. Let's move into 1959 now, and fill a request for L.A. Arch in our YouTube chat. As we go back to Philadelphia, we've been in that Pennsylvania state quite a bit for this evening. Now, this group first recorded back in 1954 as the Revels Quartet for the Thomas Robinson's Atlas record label. She's trying to remember this stuff. But then they signed with they also had releases on Bernie Lowe's Teen and Sound record labels. But in 1959, they would have their biggest hit with the help of Dick Clark, who put them on his Saturday Night Beach Nut show. And what they did is the song called Dead Man Stroll, or you might have it as Midnight Stroll. That was their biggest hit on the Norgold label. But Arch requested the flip side, okay, and it features Henry Colclough on lead. This is from August of 59. Let's give a listen to the Revels on the Norgold label. This is going out to L.A. Arch in our YouTube chat room. It's called Talking to My Heart. This is for L.A. Arch, the Revels. Here you go.
I was talking to my heart. It was longing for you. Though I knew right from the start that your love could be untrue. Love could be untrue. You keep running through my mind. Though I try to forget, darling, please don't be unkind. Say you're thinking of me, yeah. Thinking of me, yeah. If love is blind, my eyes wouldn't mind being closed for a little. I would live in the dark if it would kindle the spark that would give our romance a try. I'm so blue when we're apart. I wish you'd feel the same. Won't you give our love a start? Then I'll know it was not in vain. Talking to my heart.
Oh, that is a cool tune. That is the bet. I got to tell you, that's the better side. If they were on American Bandstand, I mean, maybe the Saturday, not the Saturday, the weekday show, because a lot of times, a lot of the groups would do the B sides to their records. Sometimes they did not, but I think back in the 50s, at least the late 50s, that they did. If they sang that on the show, Johnny G would have freaked out if I saw that. But anyway, November 1959, that when they're going, I'm sorry, August 1959, that when they're going out to L.A. Arch in our YouTube chat room. That is a B-side, Henry Colclough. He's the lead singer, the Revels on Nor Gold with Talking to My Heart is the name of the tune. Let's move one more out of the year 1959, and let's fill a request, a B-side request for Darrell Letts. As last week I featured the Earthquakes. That was a request for listener Gary Hendren in Alabama. We featured the Earthquakes on Devorah Brown's Fortune label with the side Darling Be Mine. And Darrell Letts requested this side with the flip, which is the intended A side. It features again Armand Abney on lead from November 59. Do we have any bashful guys out there? So it was funny. When I met Barbara for the first time, she was like, well, Johnny G, are you a bashful guy? And I was a bashful guy. I'm not bashful anymore, I can tell you that much. From November 59, let's give a listen to the Earthquakes, which we've had here in the last 6 months or so. The Earthquakes on Fortune. It's called Bashful Guy. This is for going out to Darrell Letts. Here you go, Darrell, for you.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Bashful guy, you know I've loved you for a long, long time. Oh, how I came to make you mine, but I'm a bashful guy. I'd like to tell you how loved you are, that your eyes twinkle like a shining star. I'd like to tell you that I love you so.
Did you hear that chatter there on the side there? You heard that? So that was the that tune there was the they kind of messed that up at the end of that. There you go, the sound of the Earthquakes there, November 1959 on the Fortune record label. Bashful Guy. That's going out to Darrell Letts. Well, Tootsie, here you go. Here's what I did. Did you come into the it was last Sunday, okay, Tootsie. I came on last Sunday because I wasn't sure I could play your request on the air. Okay, so that was the first record I played, and if you go to that test show on my YouTube page, you will see that they blocked your request. They blocked it. You wanted to hear Robert and Johnny, We Belong Together. They won't let me, that record won't fly. So what'll happen is they would possibly shut me down at this stage of the show, but they didn't post. Well, they eventually post the show, but it was much later. I know when they are delayed in posting the show that something's wrong. So I got an email, and they said to me that your show is blocked in all countries because you played Robert and Johnny, We Belong Together. It was another song that I played also a number of weeks back. I think it was Just One Look by Doris Troy. That's another record I can't play. So if I would have played that at this, in when I would have featured it in the 58 thing, they would have shut me down. I can't play that Robert and Johnny record. And I tested it. It's there. You can see it. It was last Sunday that I went there. It was the first record. I came on the air, and I said, I'm playing this request for someone, and I want to see if it holds. Then I was going to feature it here. So I tried that for you, and they didn't allow it. So when you look at that video, you're going to hear silence. And I'm telling you, a lot of people emailed me. They said, Johnny G, how come we can't hear We Belong Together by Robert and Johnny? I said, because they blocked it. And that's with them, not with me. So you got to pick another Robert and Johnny tune. I think everything else by them I could feature. But I've played lots of records. That record I cannot play. They blocked the show. And it's unfortunate because all the chat will be gone because I had to remove it, and all the chat that was there I was on for almost an hour. And I did that. So that's what happened. So that's why you didn't hear that. So you got to send me another record for that, and I definitely will play it. But that is what happened. I thought you were there. Maybe you then went to bed possibly, but I was on. I know some of you were there too that watched, right? Maybe. But let us continue here. We got 3 more 45s to go. We're going to move from 1959 all the way up, 59, 60, 61 to 62. We're going to move up 3 years now. I had no requests from this 1960, 66 or 61. Let's move to 1962. Now, this is a request for listener Adrian Viterbo. Actually, it's a special dedication. On that show, that Monday show, which Adrian saw, I played an excerpt of this song, a little snippet of this tune, by this girl group out of Philadelphia. Their only release on Harold B. Robinson's Sweet Taffy Records, a song, and it was released in 1962. The group was called the Robins, but this is a female group. And Adrian heard this and said, Johnny G, I want to dedicate a song especially to you. So this is Adrian's dedication to his disc jockey on Saturday evenings. That's me, Johnny G. Thank you, Adrian, for that. Here are the Robins on Sweet Taffy with a song called Johnny, for your DJ, Johnny G. We'll say this is for Adrian, 1962. The Robins. Here you go. Yeah, girl group sounds here as we wind down here on the Vinyltreasure show. That one there by request for Adrian Viterbo, sending it out to your disc jockey this evening, Johnny G. Thank you, Adrian, for that. 1962, the group is called the Robins on the Sweet Taffy label out of Philadelphia. Johnny is the name of the tune. That is my name, as we have 2 more 45s to go before we sign off here. And let's go back to Brooklyn, New York, this time filling a request for listener Paul Michel. This group first recording for RCA Records back in 1961, and you might remember their tune called Again, but they had other releases on the Gramercy label, Rust, Herald, and this label, Epic Records. This tune written by Robert Spencer, produced by that writing team of Feldman, Goldstein, and Gotterher. And this arranged by Ron Winters, and it features Teddy Graybill. He's the lead singer on this. And let's go to June of 1964 for the sound of the Concords. The Concords on the Epic label for Paul Michel, and their tune called It's Our Wedding Day. The Concords. Here you go.
Ding dong. 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 It's our wedding day. I can hear the organ play. I can hear the church bells ring, the choir sing. Oh yeah, it's our wedding day. I can hear the Father pray. I can hear our family cry, or tear or sigh. Oh yeah, we walk to the altar, hands in hand. The Father said to you, and we both said, I do. It's our wedding day. Till we both will ride away and go. That will be home soon. Ding dong, ding dong,
Yeah, there you go. That one there going out to listener Paul Michel. That's a cool tune. The Concords. The Concords there out of Brooklyn, New York on the Epic record label. It's Our Wedding Day is the name of the tune, and that's with Teddy Graybill on lead. And they also backed up on a bunch of other artists as the Sherwoods on Dot, and also the Snowmen on the Herald record label. And I found that in the wild for 10 cents. That's a great deal on that record. Anyway, that's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyltreasure show. I'm sorry that I was late, but today was not such a great day for Johnny G, but I still wanted to do the show here. And we are, I don't know, what was I, like 15 minutes late or 20 minutes late, maybe, possibly. So I'm sorry for that, folks. But again, I will be back next Saturday evening beginning at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. till midnight. I changed it to 12:30 because that's my goal. But I only had like 40 something records to play. It's not like I had like 60 something to play, so I cut that back. But anyway, so thank you all for being here. Thank you, Charlene, again for all your help under the difficult circumstances. But we will get through this. So I hope you enjoyed yourself today, everyone. And if you did like what you heard, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about this program. This is really the only I don't know anybody else who does what I do, to be honest with you. There's people that play records, but they don't do... And I'm sure they don't put in, well, maybe they do. I don't know, but at least to put on this this feature here that I do here in the studios and whatnot. But I like to do it my way. That's a Frank Sinatra song. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in. And if you missed any of the show, it should be on the archive right after I sign off. If not, it'll be on Vinyltreasures.net. That's where it'll be. I've been having trouble with the recording for my MP3 of this because I watched something is maybe it's a I don't know. I didn't see Darren in the chat today. I got to talk to him about it. Something about clipping. Okay, when it gets maybe to a certain something happens, it drops the signal. Now I don't think it's the Oldies and More stream, although there was some problems, I think, in the beginning with that. Remember, I'm broadcasting simultaneously on Oldies and More through another program, and then I'm recording the show to do the upload onto vinyltreasures.net because KKSM takes that stream, because I'll be on tomorrow. Well, I should say today, Sunday morning, beginning at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on KKSM, 1320 a.m. on your dial, out of Palomar College, out of San Marcos, California. I post it up before I go to bed, so if you see that post on YouTube, Johnny G is retiring at that time. So you can go to palomar.edu, and then the KKSM website will come up. And it's actually pretty cool. It sounds nice out when Zeb plays it on the station, so it's good. So they get me on for 3 hours, which is pretty cool. They cut the show early, but you'll at least get to like 58 or something. And they're probably going to have last week's show because I did post that. I had problems with it. I had to like re-record it off of YouTube and then post it. It looks like I got to do it here with this show tonight. But anyway, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Charlene. We're going to close the show tonight with a request for Jim Lampley in Texas. Now, records like this this record released in July of 1965. So Jim, when he originally, and again, when I get requests for the 60s show, okay, and basically they're soul records or northern records or blues or whatever from the instrumentals from the 1960s that kind of blend into soul music or R&B music. But Jim put this as his 1960s request. Now, just because the record was released in the 60s doesn't mean I'm going to feature it on the Wednesday evening. That is because this sounds like a doo-wop, and I play transitional doo-wop on that show, but I would stay away from a sound like this, which means it fits this part of my 50s and early 60s show. So that's why, but it's odd because it's a late one. It's from July 65, and you figure that music was long gone already, thanks to the Beatles and whatnot. But our closer tonight, a request for Jim Lampley in Texas as we stay in Brooklyn. And you know this group, their biggest hit was a song called Till Then. Their rendition of the song came out, 1963? But this is on another label called Piccolo Records. Sounds Italian to me. And it was out of... wait a minute. Okay, this song was first recorded by Bing Crosby. So let's see. I hope I don't have a problem with this. Bing Crosby recorded this in 1931 on the Brunswick record label. Let's give a listen to this rendition as done by the Classics. It came out in July '65 on the Piccolo label. It features Emil Stucchio as the lead singer on this. From July '65, the Classics on Piccolo for Jim in Texas. It's called I Apologize. And Johnny G truly apologizes for being late and for babbling on so much. So I hope you dug the tunes tonight. Again, want everybody to enjoy the remainder of the weekend. And I'll see some of you on Wednesday evening for the Soul Show right here on YouTube and also on Oldies and More Radio. So don't forget to subscribe. All right, folks, I am out of here. Just want to say, everybody, so long. Here you go for Jim in Texas, the Classics. I Apologize.
If I told a lie, if I made you cry, when I said goodbye, I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, dear, I apologize. If I caused you pain, I know I'm to blame. Must have been insane, believe me. From the bottom of my heart, dear, I apologize.